over the last 12 months, I've been working with a handful of designers on a special project, and I'm excited to announce that that project is now live. Let me introduce you to a new apparel web store, hobbyistminers.store. Hardware.
Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see if it works. I don't know if this is gonna work. I hope it's better. I hope it's not choppy. What's up, guys? Let's see. Is this gonna work? All right, we'll hang tight. I'm gonna wait and see what's going on, guys. Here, let's flip this out on the camera. Oh my word, this is crazy. All right, so let me see if I can fix that. Okay. So I think we're good. The stream quality says it's okay. Can you guys hear me? All right, we're gonna do a few checks here because, guys, I'll show you what my stream setup is right now in a second, but I wanna make sure everything's good. So can I get some thumbs up in chat to say you guys can hear me okay? Microphone's okay? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Okay, and then the stream quality should be better now. It's 1080 at 30 FPS, and Streamlabs is telling me that the quality is good now. I did put that, so I put that 4K video on advertising the hobbyistminer.store, and the computer was like, nope. This is on a laptop, just like a HP i5 laptop, and we're encoding. There's not a good GPU in it. This is just like an HP laptop, but the CPU is decent, right? So the encoding for the stream is being done on the CPU versus if this was in my regular computer, it would be on the GPU, which GPUs are much better. So you're muffled. And let's see here. You're saying I'm muffled. Okay. Let's see if I can fit. What's that on my neck? That's the microphone. I can move the microphone maybe. It's the microphone. Let me know if it's too muffled. Maybe I can turn it down a little bit. Maybe it's peaking too much. Let me know if the mic sounds okay. I can turn it down if needed. But yeah, we're also like in a shed. So let's see. This is a microphone. It's a wireless microphone. You're not muffled. You're fine. Perfect. Okay. I'm not going to touch anything. Then we're good. So I want to show you guys my stream setup here because I'm not doing it on my phone. Turn up the mic. Okay, I'll turn up the mic a little bit. Okay. I'm not doing it on my phone. So what I've done, and I'm going to show you guys real quick, and hopefully we don't break anything. So I'm actually using my camera, like my ZV-1 camera in here on a tripod, and then I have an HDMI cable hooked to it and a USB cable hooked to it. And then we're going to do this nice and lightly. I don't want to mess up anything. All right, so we have a laptop. Here's you guys. Say hi to yourselves. We have a laptop here with our Rode mic plugged in, being gentle, an Ethernet cable going into our home run up here. And then down here, this is something new I bought, the CamLink. It takes USB to HDMI, and then it goes into the camera and everything. So like, I was like, I don't really want to stream from my phone. I don't know how it's going to work out. So I was like, let's set this stuff up. So that's why, that's why it took me a little bit to get it started. And the laptop, I didn't know how it would work. So like, this is kind of gives me an idea. And I'm really glad that you guys are here to help me test this because I'm going to be doing some live streams, doing a little traveling to some places, we'll just say. Can't reveal everything to you guys. Come on now, I got to keep some secrets. But I'm going to be doing some traveling, and I'm glad this camera is working and the CamLink's working and everything like that's working. So I'm really happy that everything's working out okay, which will be cool. coming up with some things I have in the works for you guys, which is nice. Do you explain why you planned on powering back up? I know, but does everyone else know? No, everyone else doesn't know. So, way to ruin it, Mike. Mike's a minor. Way to ruin it. Yes. Well, I guess I can explain now. I'm going to have a video out, but I've been working over the last 2 months to find an avenue to mine. And I finally, spent a lot of time on the phone with different power suppliers, figured out something that could work for me and my farm and my setup. And so what we're going to be doing tonight, like my shed is kind of empty. It's empty actually entirely. No miners up there right now. No miners down there. It's a mess with cabling right now. So what we're going to do tonight together, I want to make sure all my cables are still plugged in. My neighbors are probably like, who's that guy talking to out there? But what we're going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be taking all the cables out of the racking entirely. And I have 2 bins over here. I'll show you guys some bins here real quick. So we got 2 bins over here, Ethernet, and also that gray bin is all C13 and all C14 cables. We're going to be packing all the cables up. You guys can see. Look, they got my PSUs. We got our switch. We got all of our Ethernet cables. Because I want to pack all those cables up because I'm redoing the entire shed setup. All the wiring and all the racking is what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to explain in a video coming up here soon. Monday's video actually, that I am going to be powering the farm back up. I found a method to do it, some madness to do it, but I think it's going to work out well. There's some investment, to be honest with you, but we found a way to get the farm back up and running. So that being said, I've learned a lot from like what works in this shed and what doesn't. So I'm actually going to do some work tonight and hang out and talk with you guys. So what's my power rate? Let's see here. Multicolored like a rainbow. Are you insulating something? No. But I'm going to clean up all these cables that we have in here. There's like all different colors. I know Panda is very strict, and I was going to pull a Panda when I first wired this shed and like stick with all the same color Ethernet cables and all that stuff, and that just didn't work out. I'm not as OCD as Panda is. But yeah, so... yeah, pay no attention to the man in the box. That's right. But yeah, so the plan that I figured out that I could do for electric it's really interesting. So I did a bunch of math, and I'm going to show you guys all the math on Monday's video. Monday's video is very much going to be like what I did to get to a point where I could mine. And then there's also going to be some things regarding like how much I need to actually hit a certain electric usage in order for it to make sense, which will be cool. Checking out chat here. I've been pretty lucky with packages, except with, with the hobbyists. Yep. Whatever. Shed talk. That's right. We're hanging out tonight. So it's going to be pretty cool. So I'll go through all of that on Monday's video. It's going to make a lot more sense. I actually put together a spreadsheet. I pulled a 𝐍𝐶 𝐊𝐿, put together a spreadsheet, crunched the numbers, and there's actually a point of you'll see in that video and that spreadsheet on where it makes sense. And I broke down every single dollar and fee on my electric bill, and then on this spreadsheet to figure out everything, which will be pretty cool. So so we're going to get started with doing some stuff in here. We're going to clean up all the cables. I'm going to hang out and chat with you guys, which will be cool. Now something else I did is I actually wrote down all of my different measurements. So the 𝐂𝐤 Mini A6, at first I was putting up here on the top shelf. Sorry about the lights, guys, not much I can do about it. I was putting all my Mini A6 up here on the top shelf, which is fine, and that's my plan. They're 7.5 inches tall, as well as the L3 Pluses, as well as my 𝐂𝐤 X5. So I wrote that down because I'm going to be moving the racking around tonight. So I'm going to be banging around with a rubber mallet, and hopefully my neighbors don't mind. I measured out my S19J Pro just in case I want to move it. It's about 11.5 inches tall. My Octo miner, my X8 are 27.5 inches tall. My Polo miners are 28.5 inches tall. The X12, we'll see if it fixed itself. Do you think the quality of the videos matter in a small... Oh, okay, so hopefully we're back and good to go. Still no transmit scale. I just want something to change. Oh, New England's here. Oh, are you having issues with your Helium miner, New England? If you are, hit me up one-on-one, and we can chat through it. I can help you out the best I can. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just saw the quality went down. Sorry about that. We're making do. So here's a question from Micah Miner. He says, do you think the quality of videos matter in a smaller creator, but I feel content isn't as good? So let's say yours. Do you think I should still upload? So yeah, so quality of the content is important. The quality of the video. So if you're going to prioritize like video, audio, all of that, audio is the most important thing. I heard some rain. Audio is the most important thing. So if you guys are starting up a YouTube channel, a smaller one, you know, just kicking things off, your audio is the most important. So I would literally, I started with an iPhone 6, and then I got a shotgun, a small little Rode shotgun mic that you can plug into your cell phone, and I faced it towards me, and I just went around, point and clicked, and talked. That's what I would recommend. Your audio being the best quality. The video is not as important starting out on your channel. I would say what's the most important for you is the audio, so people can hear you. The quality of your content, you don't even need to have like editing and high production value. Like, go back on my videos. They were just point and click. If you go back and look at like Panda's videos, right? On Panda's videos, you can see on his too, it's point and click. It still is point and click. So you don't need to spend a ton of money. Like, use your cell phone, use a decent mic. Your microphone on your phone might be fine. Like, you'll have to test it out. But outside of that, consistency, I would say. So like audio quality, and then consistency on your content releases. Are you going to release content every day? If not, what, you know, can you release some type of content every day? Big or small, you know, those are kind of things to keep in mind. So anyways, hopefully that answers your question there. I feel like trying to grow as a YouTube channel on a bear market is, yeah, see, I started mine. Let's see here. Sorry, I got a text message. I started in the bull market, so it made sense. If you can set up a channel and get established in a bear market, though, it'll take off as the bull market hits. Sorry, my wife's texting me about, did I feed the dog? Yeah. You should have gotten here earlier. I need this creator advice. I got my studio built out, started. Yeah, see, you don't need to go crazy. Like, you guys don't need to go wild when it comes to starting out. I mean, I still consider myself a small content creator, to be honest with you. But I was super fortunate. And it's also finding your niche. Like, we'll talk about this first, and then I'll get some work done actually tonight. When I started out, it was February 5th of 2 years ago. Or a little more than that. And I did two things. So I started at the perfect time. This was like the time period of like Dogecoin really popping off, Elon Musk talking about it, stuff like that. The bull run was going on. In addition to that, so there was a lot of interest, a lot of searching, you know, crypto was trending. And then on top of that, I decided to do my content on things different than what other creators were. So, and when I came into the scene, you had like Son of a Tech, you had Red Panda, Chump Change, Red Fox Crypto, and all of them were talking about 8GB 30, or they were talking about 30 series GPUs. I came into the scene starting out with a 970, and then a few weeks later, I bought my 470s, all 4 gig. So for my entire first year of making content, all I did was talk about 4 gig cards. All I did was use 4 gig cards. And what that made me different than all the other content creators in the crypto mining scene making content, because all of them, they were doing content on the 30 series. I couldn't afford a 30 series. In addition to that, I was focusing on that kind of 4 GB audience. And at the end of the day, I found it was actually pretty big. And so in my first 3 months in the bull market, I hit 5K subs. Now, don't expect that now. The interest isn't there. I mean, any other content creator in the crypto mining scene right now can tell you views are down, subs are down, like 99%. Honestly, it's crazy versus where we were in the bull market. You know, that's where we are now. So if you want to be a content creator, good for you. Second, you don't need a fancy studio. Third, make content that is different, meaning your content context is different. What makes your channel different? For mine, it was 4 gig cards. And then go from there. And if you can grow even a little bit and get 1,000 subs now, wait till the bull market. Because when the bull market comes, then you're going to see a huge increase, and you're going to be established already, and your videos are going to be searchable. I didn't get a 30 series card until, end of 2022. Wow, good for you. Good for you. Okay, so we were talking about heights, and the reason we were talking about heights is because I'm actually going to take, I don't know if Panda's still here, but I'm taking a note from Panda's book because I learned quite a bit from it. So on my bottom rack that I showed you guys before, down here, I think I can actually tilt the camera. No, I'll just do this. So on my bottom rack, right down here, you guys can see I have like a PDU, and I got 2 PDUs down there, and then I have my switch. Now, the downside of having all of that on the bottom rack is getting access to it. It's super difficult. And my cable lengths have to go super long. So what my goal is this time around, when I'm rebuilding everything back up, is Panda actually did this, and I really like that he went this avenue. He put the switch and the PDUs at like center rack. And so the value of that is that then you have shorter runs for your C13 to C14 cables, and your Ethernet cables are shorter. They all just come right to the middle of the rack, versus all of mine go from the top all the way down to the bottom. And then when I need to get to those, I'm literally almost laying on the floor trying to get to those. So my goal is to strip out all my Ethernet cables I have sitting in this rack, all of my C13 to C14 cables tonight, and then if time permits, I want to move the locations of everything. So top rack used to be 𝐂𝐫𝐲𝐩𝐭𝐨. Look at this, this thing's dead. It's dead, it's been sitting out here. I actually glued magnets on the back of these so I could stick them on the racking here. So the top here was 𝐂𝐫𝐲𝐻 and mini ASICs were on the top. What I want to do this time is, and I need a 7.5 inch clearance. There we go, my tool bag. So I need a 7.5 inch clearance. Like if I look here, I ended up, I ended up making it work, but it was a little less. So I want to lower this down a tiny bit, because what I want to do is I also want to fit my L3, or the L3s and the mini ASICs are 7.5 inches. So like right now, when I do this here, it's only about 6.5. So I want to lower this top rack down a tiny bit so that I can pack the top full of my mini ASICs. The 𝐂𝐫𝐲𝐻 I no longer have here. I only have one here. The rest of them are at other locations with relatives and stuff. So I'm going to drop this rack down. Then in the middle rack I'm going to have to play with, because I want to put my other rack real close. It's going to be real close. And I need to figure out what I want to put up here. So I have a few things to consider. So I do have my S19J Pro, and that's going to go at the bottom. If you guys have seen my intake and exhaust dedicated system for that, that's going to go at the bottom. It's all set up there. But I have 2 more, maybe 3 more full-size ASICs on the way. I have a KD Lite that I haven't said anything about yet. I have a KD Max on the way, and I may have a KA7. I'm waiting to hear from Bitmain on that as well. Catch up on chat. Yeah, middle rack's gonna be utility. Why not mount PDUs to face frame of the racking? So that's not bad. The issue is that I like what I've really planned for is being able to go around my rack entirely, and like it's already tight space in here. Like I already blame myself for a smaller shed. I should have literally gotten double the size, but I was really in a pinch financially. And this shed, just the shed delivered, you guys won't guess this one. The shed delivered was only $1,600. Now, granted, I put a boatload of money into it, more money into it than the shed cost itself. I mean, you got an epoxy floor. You have my 4 fans that are complete overkill that do 2,500 CFM each on the walls here. You got lighting, you got the rack, you got my gable vents that are $60 a pop. You got filters, you got the sound dampening foam through the whole thing. I mean, So yeah, tax write-off, 100%. Yeah, it was $1,600. It was like perfect timing to get it. And the shed was actually built custom. the shed custom size. This was 8 by, I think it's 8 by 7. 8 inches this way, yeah, by 7, or 8 feet this way by 7 feet this way. So it is really small. And if I was to do it all over again, I financially might have saved up a little bit longer and done a bigger shed, and probably should have. Yeah, and this was actually Amish made as well, because I'm in Pennsylvania. Keep them fans 100%. These fans, I'll be honest with you, in the winter time, I only need to put one fan on at the speed of 1. So I actually came up with a really cool mechanic. My intake vents, I have 9 intake vents. The top intake vents are blocked right now. The bottom intake vents are blocked, and the middle vents are open. Okay, so I've limited the amount of intake because I don't really need it, because I want to heat the inside. Believe it or not, like, I want to keep heat in here. I want this shed to be 80 or 90 degrees in the winter. So I only had one of my fans on at the speed of 1. And I kept it at the bottom. So it was warm up top. It was 80 degrees at the top of my shed, and it was kind of circulating in the shed, which was perfect, which was exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I'm not really sure. You know, I did have to get a permit and stuff like that for the shed, which worked out really, really well. So, yeah, could zip tie the PDU to the underside. So it isn't too bad now, like where I have it. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, you should have bought 2 and give it the double wide trailer treatment. Yeah, right? Yeah, you go. Hell yeah. So there's a lot of options. With the fans on, that's more electric and cheaper. Yeah, so I want the heat in the shed, only in the winter. And so the nice thing was, I did a test. It was like -10, 15 outside, and it was still 60 degrees in my shed, which was perfect. Now, I can literally, in the summertime, I have the top fans on, and they're at a speed of 3 each. So, like, these fans are complete overkill for this little tiny shed. But that's okay, because I dealt with so many issues in the past of not enough airflow that I now have more than enough. So anyways, let me get started, because I'll chat all night type of deal. So if you guys want, post some questions in chat, and I'm going to go through. And by the way, these are just a bunch of shims. They're like 3-foot shims, 4-foot shims that I broke. And then I put them on the metal racking if I need support for a piece of equipment, so I can keep it level, because, you know, of how it works. So anyways, post some comments, some questions in chat. I'm going to try to get a few things done. There isn't a ton of space in here, but I want to get things cleaned up, because my goal is to, let's start from that side. I can talk to you guys while we're doing this. Ethernet cables and C13, C14 cables. So I have a lot that I stripped out originally, but a lot of this is still in here, and I just kind of want to start over with it. You know, I just kind of, there's no manual. There's no manual for these sheds, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like there's any guide you can follow. And I think that's what made this shed, you know, a lot of fun for me, was the fact of, like, you kind of learn as you go. Now, I did learn a lot from doing that mining room in the basement regarding airflow. I mean, I replaced inline fans 2 times. I originally bought 4-inch inline fans. Biggest mistake ever. I'll never, and that's why I tell everybody, don't even go with 6. And then I went with the 6-inch inline fans. And then I ended up getting the 8-inch. And so I got rid of I literally gave away the 4-inch and the 6-inch inline fans to my mods, which worked out really nicely. I gave away all of those, because it just doesn't move enough airflow. So that's why, like, when I built this shed, I literally, when I was looking at AC Infinity, and I was like, okay, what's the biggest shutter fan they have? And it was 16-inch. Brian Hollywood, what's up, man? Let's talk more work. That's right. Get to work, boys. If you were building the shed from scratch again, would you double the width of or the length? The width. So the depth is fine. Well, I guess you could go either way, because, like, I only have 1 rack in here, and I've started to fill it pretty quickly. So I need to be more particular. Like, this time around, I'm going to be more particular on what I'm actually mining. I'm not mining, like, I'm not going to be mining my 470s. I'm not mining my 570s. So The nice thing is like intake comes in the front, exhaust out the back. So I think I would go deeper this way so that I could do 2 of these racks. So right now my depth is, yeah, so I'd want to go double so I could put, because the nice thing is a rack and then a rack over there. So I'd probably go a little bit bigger. Like if I'm doing custom sizes, I would go a little bit bigger. I'd probably go 10 to 12 feet long, length here. And then this way though is where I would really have to double. So I double the size of my shed this way, so I could do 2 of these racks. But I really like how close quartered this is, because the air is in and out of here so quickly. Clay house, yeah, right. What's up, POW? How are you? DeFran's here. Yeah, long and skinny. Keep it skinny. So the air needs to recycle with a shed as fast as possible. As fast as possible. You don't need all this, and I don't want racks double layered. So if you guys know what I mean, so like one rack and then another rack, because then I'm just pushing the air. I'm just pushing the hot air into the racks behind it. Instead, I'd rather, sorry, it's gonna be loud. I'd rather the racks be side by side. That's kind of where my head's at and what I'd like to do. Do I think the sound deadening foam helps? Yes. Does it help drastically? No. What I found was like, the best thing to do is find alternatives for loud airflow. I got this over here. It's 59 in here right now. Show you guys. Oh, that one died. This one's dead too. It's 59 degrees in here. Yeah, you want a quick pass-through system. Intake comes in here. I mean, this is literally here. I'll show you guys. Ready? From intake to this rack is 28 inches. It's only 28 inches in here. And then when it leaves, 25 inches. So you don't have a ton of space in this entire shed at all. I need side snips. There's actually some zip ties over here. By the way, I love zip ties. I know you go through a lot, you got to cut them a lot, but zip ties are much more permanent. And I actually like that. All right. There we go. Now, Velcro can be a blessing and a curse. It can be a blessing and a curse, you know? By the way, a trash can in your shed, always put a trash can in your shed. I have a small little trash can in here, and I use it all the time. And then, I don't know if you guys saw, but I do a pegboard over on this side with screwdrivers, with Ethernet cables, with C13, C14 cables, with electrical tape, with double-sided tape, because I found that I was going in and out of the house all the time. And I saw online, it was like in a shed, not a mining shed, but a shed, how somebody had done that. And I was like, ooh, I really like that. So I use the insides of the racking to be my channeling for my cabling as well as my power. And that works out well, because in my shed, my goal was to hide, like I wanted to hide the cabling as much as I could so that it wasn't a mess. I hate messes everywhere. Brian Hollywood, thanks for going live and saving me from Netflix. On Netflix, check out 𝐂𝐫𝐲𝐻𝐿. If you guys haven't seen that yet, it's really good. I'm only 2 episodes in, but it's a bank heist. But you're served up.
Thanks for the dono.
Oh, thanks for the dono. You're served up the episodes in random order. So like the first episode you watch could be in the middle of the entire series, and the second episode could be at the end. It's all over the place. It's pretty cool. Larger fan diameter at lower RPMs generate less noise. Yes. So the nice thing is like these 2 massive fans, I just run at a speed of 3 each in the summer. And it keeps my shed at like 90 something. What is the one accessory for the shed that you wouldn't purchase again, but not buy highest quality item, just cheapest? Okay, so what is one thing in the shed that I probably wouldn't do again? I think that's how I read your thing. The floor, epoxy in the floor was a huge win. I'll just talk about that before I continue. Because I epoxied the floor myself, and it wasn't that bad because it wasn't a huge space. I think it was like $100 and some bucks for the kit. So I would do that again. The Gable vents were a huge win. What was like I don't know what I wouldn't do again. I feel like everything had a purpose to it. Like, nothing I'm like, I don't use that. That's dumb. I'm trying to look around to see. I even put a little shelf where you guys are over there, just to put a laptop on when I'm working and stuff. I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know if I have anything. Does that sound bad? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Thank you for asking that. So now I'm like, dang, what is he asking me? All right, so we're going to work down here. I have Ethernet cables. I'm going to have to remove. We still got lots of C13, C14 cables. Man, you really got me thinking now. I don't know. I don't think there's anything. Like, I try to think out the shed as much as I can. My biggest thing, as I said, that I overlooked with my shed was space. I completely underestimated how quickly I would outgrow my shed. That's one of my biggest issues right now. Like, now granted, the nice thing is like, I did decommission a lot of GPUs, and I'm not going to fire them back up right now when I power up the shed. The 470s are not getting powered up. The 570s are not going to get powered up. My 580s are probably not going to get powered up. So like all of those, those previously took up octominers. So those octominers I'm not going to use, which will be nice. I don't know if you guys can see me down here. I'm hiding. See, this is the downside. When I need to work on the switch, or like when I'm plugging stuff in, it's so hard to get to, and there's nothing in here right now. Imagine if there's equipment in here. This is a pain. So that's one of the reasons why I want to move this rack up entirely, which would be nice. You guys want to see my original switch I started mining with? Check this out. This is just a regular old switch. Let's see, hang on. Probably skip turning the BTC ASIC into a flamethrower. That was a mistake, I guess. Placement of the power box, more on the back side, so you can read the meters. Yeah, so those are right over here. Anyway, I'll show this to you quick. It's dirty, but this is just a TrendNet Gigabyte green network switch. These are like the original stickers that were sent to me. Chump change, TechShinji, crypto shaped, Misfit mining, GPU risers. Like my first year mining. And it's a 16 port, it does well. But anyways, yeah, all my power is right over here. You can see my meter boxes. Oh, my stream just said minor issues I saw. Hopefully that goes away. We'll see if that fixes itself or comes back. Let's see. Can you still use your mining room? That was, the mining room was so damn expensive to build and was my biggest waste of money ever. That is one of my biggest regrets, crypto mining. You guys want to regret? That was a freaking shit show. Yes, totally built wrong. I would never recommend anyone do that in their home ever. It didn't matter how much I insulated that room. The sound with those inline fans was so loud you could hear it upstairs in the living room. It was such a waste of money. That room was probably $5,000 and a huge waste of time and money. Even insulated, when I had like, I don't know, 60 GPUs, it literally made my it literally just like, I'm gonna say destroyed my air conditioner system, but my like house was so damn hot. It was making all my AC vents sweat because, oh my gosh, it was just terrible. It was, yeah, a huge mistake. Right now I have all those, everything's off in that room. Like, there's no mining stuff in that room. The vents outside I have completely blocked off. I had some water come in through one and it messed up my drop ceiling that I paid all that money. Oh my gosh. That mining room was, oh my god, never again. I don't recommend it for anybody. I thought it was like the greatest gift to the world too. If I were to do one thing different, it'd be power on the roof joist so I can have a little more freedom on where I put the shelves. Ah, got it. Yeah, mine's on the back here, but it's so close. I think you have a bigger shelf. I have three 30 amp 240 volt. 330 amp 240 volts. So that's 2100 or 21,000 watts. But then I think you're down to what? 17,000 watts for power. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Just gives me anxiety thinking about that mining room. What are you mining on? What rigs are on right now? None of my rigs are on right now. It's completely empty, but I'm going to be powering everything, powering a lot back up. Did you run another 100 amp service for your shed? I didn't. I ran everything from my shed back to my main panel. My main panel is a 200 watt or 200 amp. I'm still got my grow tent in my dining room running and pumping out the heat into my house. Hey, if that works for you, do it, man. The grow tent wasn't bad for me either, except in my grow tent, I was sucking the air out of my house at one point, and that was a terrible idea. Pulling your air from your home, putting it through your grow tent, and then putting it outside, that affected my air conditioner unit as well. Like, it is, it's just a bad idea all around. Like, if the grow tent stuff, I learned, like, I'll be honest with you. If you can, stop mining in your home. The best decision I made with crypto mining was building a shed. Getting the heat, the noise, and everything out of your home is an amazing idea. But I know it's not for everybody, and it took me forever to do this. I should have never have built that mining room in my basement and just went right to a shed. But I didn't know, like, unfortunately I didn't know. Now when I talk with people, I'm like, dude, just cut right to a shed if you can. But I know not everybody can, right? You know, like not everybody, one, can afford it. Now, granted, I lucked out like 1,600 bucks. And then it was a fun project to do. I mean, I loved working on the shed, getting it to where it is now. And it continues to be a great project and also continues to be great content. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Brian Hollywood. Yep. Yep, so I'm not going to have as many GPUs up and running. I'm still going to have some. I think the GPUs that I'm going to have running in the next like week here in the shed, I can go through that with you guys. I'm just cleaning this up. Ugh, messy everywhere. I'm going to have my 3070s. I only have 3 of those. I'm hoping to get some more here at some point when I sell some of my old Polaris cards. I got the 470s, the 570s. I'll probably sell my 580s too. So we'll see. 580s, I don't know. They just got a special part in my heart. I don't know what we'll do with 580s. We'll see. But the 3070s, I only have 3 of those. Those are going to be up and running in their own octo miner with room to grow and space available. Then I have a rig of 3060s. And 3060 and 3060 Ti's. It's like a variety. Those are all going to get up and running. Those will probably be on flux. I then have a rig of 6600s, and that's like 6600 XTs. Damn, this cable's long. This is a mess. Brian Hollywood, come over here and clean this up. So 6600s and 6600 XTs. I think I have 12 of those total. I don't remember. Those I'm going to power up because they're much more efficient. Where's this cable? Where are you? Here they are. I'm like, where are these cables? Those are going to get powered up. I don't know when I'm going to put those on though. Oh God, it's so loud. This is so... Oh man, I just thought about my PDUs are going to be like, I'm going to have to mess with my PD. Oh, that's going to be interesting. All right, we're going to have to figure that out together. So the PDUs have a 15-foot cable on them. I never ended up like cutting those and re-terminating those based off of your guys' recommendation. I left them all the same length and stuff. So those are really long. We'll have to see how that works out. All right. Catching up with you guys. I'm sitting here next to L3 pluses that are screaming. Did you do the Noctua fans yet on them? You should do the Noctua fans. Basement is good for 30 cards or less. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Detroit Irish. I've got 75 plus GPUs and 2 L3 pluses, 4 iPolos, 2 S9s, and a 9x9 closet in my office with 5 T8 inlines and grow tents, and AC still runs 24/7. Yeah. Detroit Irish, get those out of your house. What's the long-term plan with the 470s? The 470s I'm selling. I posted that on where did I post that at? I posted that somewhere. That was in a short video. That I'm going to be selling my 470s. I've had a few people interested. They've reached out to me, so I'm going to be selling my 470s and 470s, probably my 570s. I think those are going to be harder to sell. Those need some work. They need to be clean. All my 470s, you guys have caught any of my other live streams. You guys have seen that I've repatted, repasted those. Like, those are in good shape. They're really good. Like, those are also the Sapphire Nitros, so they're much more desirable. The 580s, I don't know what I'm going to do with those, as I said. But anyways, yeah, so the GPUs I'll have up and running is the 3070s, 3060 Ti's, 3060s, and then the 6600s and the 6600 XTs. That's what's left in those. So those are going to be three rigs. Now, I still do have my cousin's rig. What do we got here? I'm trying to figure out what cables I got. I have my cousin's 2 rigs. Those are open air frames. I might move those to my octo miners if I'm not using my octo miners. We'll have to see. I haven't decided what I want to do with those yet. Those are a pain in the ass. I have his L3 Plus too, which is fine. But I want to make sure that I can get my stuff up and... Oh, I also have DJ Mine's open air frame rig. I might put that in an octo miner, but he has an odd amount. He's got like 9 GPUs, 10 GPUs. Just came here to say hi. What's up, Y2? Cannon, thank you for stopping by. Hello, goodbye. Is it possible to mine in a shed with negative degree? Oh yeah, it was negative 15. So how I solved that, because that was a concern of mine. So when it's so cold outside, your concern is you're inside of your shed, right? So what I did was I blocked off my low intakes. If you guys have seen my Gable events, my low intakes, because I was concerned of snow, right? And then I blocked off my upper intakes because I wanted the heat to kind of hang out in the top of my shed, like recirculate. So traditionally your intake side is your cold side, right? And then your exhaust side is your hot side. Well, when I blocked off the 2 intakes, or the intake at the bottom, the intake at the top, and I left the middle open, and then on the exhaust side, I only put on one of the exhaust fans at the bottom and put it on a really slow speed. What was happening was my rigs were exhausting the heat, and then the heat wasn't getting taken out of the shed fast enough, so it was recirculating, which was perfect. So it was 80 on the exhaust side, and 60 on the exhaust side and 60 on my intake side, which showed that my hot air was recirculating through the shed, and it was negative 15 outside. And it was a huge victory because it was like, hell yeah, it's negative 15 and my shed is 60 Fahrenheit. You're running some S9s. Good for you, dude. All right, so I think I'm almost cleaned out. Let's see what else we got here. That is from an octo miner. Let's unhook that. I have, I'll show you this cable. Ooh. So this cable, these are awesome for octo miners, if you guys have octo miners. So, this cable is your C20, I think. So, let's see here. This is actually locking, which is nice. Okay, so you have a C20. I think this is C20. Okay, this goes into my PDU, and then it converts to a C19, which is actually a locking plug on it. And then this is the octopus cable that comes with the octo miner. And so you can just plug that in. And now look, these are all your C13 cables that go into the back of all your PDUs. So it works out awesome. Because my PDU has multiple C19 ports on it, C19 ports. Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, having a good time listening since the beginning, but busy in the background, enjoying the show. Thank you, Xavier. What's up? Sorry I'm late to the party. How dare you? What are we doing in the shed? We are stripping out all the cables because we're going to redo our racking tonight because we're going to get ready to rebuild the shed and get our farm powered back up. Monday's video, I'm hoping to like explain. Monday's video will be more talking head, but I'm going to show you guys how I figured out with my electric plan how I can get mining again. All right, so all of our cabling's out except for our PDUs. I got just crap all over. I think I'm going to take out my PDUs. So my space is limited in my little shed. By the way, I've had multiple people reach out and ask me if I could build them the shed and ship it to them. And I'm like, no. Maybe in the next bull run. My electrician and my handyman that I have, both are interested. They're like, dude, we should start a business and build these sheds and then resell them and just have them flatbedded across the US. And I was like, oh my God, bull run, that would be an amazing idea. I mean, think of it. We just kind of brainstormed. We're like, okay, the shed costs $1,600, right? If we could get it for like $1,600 again, okay, and then I probably put, I'd say $2,000 worth of everything in here except like you could do everything in this shed for like an additional $2,000 without the miners. So like the epoxy floor, the fans, maybe not, maybe $3,000. The fans are kind of expensive. They're like $250 each. So yeah, I'd say $3,000 for like gable vents, everything, right? Sorry, I'm on the floor cutting these zip ties. So let's say $3,000, right? So that puts us up to like, that's everything. Like electricals run in these, like filters, the gable vents, lighting, So let's say we're at someday I'm going to do a cost breakdown of the entire shed because I know people are interested, but I'm just ballparking here. So let's say $3,000 plus the $1,600. So you got $4,600. And then let's say, I don't know, what do you guys think a shed would be to flatbed it? I don't know. But anyways, we would resell the sheds all said and done for like $10,000. $10,000 for the entire shed delivered is where my head was at. I was like, okay, could we flatbed it across the US for $10,000? Nice rack. Thanks, man. These are the Gladiator racks. These are sweet. They're from, is it Lowe's? I think it's Lowe's. Yeah, it's Lowe's. Lowe's sells these racks. You know you like my rack, Brian Hollywood. So yeah, so $10,000 for the whole shed delivered to your house, and then yeah, $1,000 shipped easy. Yeah. So yep, there you go. Like yeah, exactly. That's what my thought is. Like I'm just ballparking. I don't really know. I haven't done the math from it, but it was like, then they'd be made to order, right? So like you could do one at a time and get them out the door so you're not carrying, like it's not like you have a huge overhead on sheds, right? So just a thought, would be kind of cool. They'd be perfect for home miners, like these wouldn't make sense for like big container stuff, but for home miners it would certainly make sense. That's what I'm thinking at least, which would be kind of sweet. All right, I think that one's done. This one I gotta cut. Man, the amount of time I put into doing this. That was the really nice thing about the shed was like, I took my time as much as I could when I was building the inside of this out. I really enjoyed doing the video series on it. I'm kind of sad I don't have like a massive project like this again going on, because this was a lot of fun to do and to like document and stuff. So if you guys are curious, I do have a YouTube playlist on the shed. So if you guys are interested in like, okay, I want to see, like, there's actually a video of the shed getting delivered. And then I have a video on like doing the floor, and then a video I have on the exhaust and the intake and all that stuff. So I tried to document as much as I could on the shed. That is a lot of copper, yeah. Yeah. I'll deliver on. Let's go. That's right, right? Yeah, car hauler flatbed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys would know better than me, as I said. Oh, dude, I didn't get to open my drink. Guys, It's not a beer. I don't have any beer here tonight. Cheers, energy drink. I didn't want to open it because I was concerned about spilling. By the way, epoxy floor is amazing because one, you can just vacuum everything, which is good, right? Vacuum everything up off of it. So my son and I do that a few times a week. But then once a month, I just take a Swiffer, like with the wet end, and mop it 5 minutes and it's clean. It keeps, between that and the filters, it keeps the shed so clean, so clean. Everybody else I've seen do sheds, they're like, all their tech gets gross and grimy. I don't have that issue at all. None at all. How many rigs were in the shed? I think I had maybe 20 mini ASICs up top. What do I have here? I had eight server cases down here that were filled. So like 8 GPUs. Oh, I had my 12 GPU off to the side. So yeah, I had 8 server cases in here. I had an S19 in here. I had an X12 in here. So there was like 100 GPUs, the 20 mini ASICs, and then some variety stuff, I think. They are horrible for you, 007. Stay away from them. Yeah, is Detroit Irish, is the Moffat like the thing they use to deliver it? Drive it around? That guy had like a little remote control, and it was pretty cool. You're not cold? What's the room temp? 59. 59 in here. It's still, the shed, I turned off all the rigs that were in here like 3 hours ago, and it's still a little warm in here. All right, we're going to put this in the corner. My goal is to not dump it and have to mop the floor tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow's video is going to be late because I don't have time to work on it tonight because I'm hanging out with you guys. So tomorrow's video is going to be on the easiest plug and play flux miner or flux node. I don't know if any of you guys have flux nodes in chat, but I'm doing a video on literally the simplest plug and play flux node ever. This one, that's the Mountain Dew one, the Mountain Dew energy drink. Spent 6 hours cleaning rigs and saying dust in my basement. Yes, they run cooler. Yeah. Yeah. Any 4000 series? No, I don't have any 40 series. And I only have a few, I have 3060s, 3060 Ti, so 8 of those total, and then 3 3070s. Can you tell me how to find maining worker name? Because my wallet not work without worker name. I'm not sure what you mean. You should try Rip It. Rip It. I have not heard of that. Maybe I have. Rip It. I'm not sure. Yeah, these cables are so long. The cables that come with these PDUs. These PDUs are awesome. These are the triplet ones. You guys have seen these in all my videos. I'll show them to you close up here. Hang on. This cable, it's so long, it's crazy. Oh my gosh, if my neighbors hear this, they're gonna like call the police and be like, what is this guy doing out in his shed? It's 11 o'clock at night. Whatever time it is, I don't know what time it is. Trust me, he'll be banging around in here soon, right? All right, show you guys the PDU. It's so long, this cable. All right. Why so empty? No rigs, because we had to power off not 2 months ago, and now we're rearranging the shed to prep to power back on. Is what we're doing. So this is the Triple-Light PDU 1230. 1230, and so check it out. So on the front, it has your C13, right? And it's on its own 8 amp. Has a reset for your 8 amp. Then we have these 12 amps. All individual. This is where I hooked all my octo miners into because they're all individual 12 amps. On the back side, this is where it's money. You have these are banks. They're called banks. So you have another 12 amp bank, another 12 amp bank, and another 12 amp bank. So that's where these have worked out really nice. It literally has a 15-foot cable into your L630R locking plug, which is really nice. So the cable, I mean, look how thick this is. This cable is crazy thick. I don't even know what gauge that is. But to give you guys an idea, right? To give you guys an idea, a S19, you have to use 2 separate banks. So I have one PDU dedicated for my S19J Pro because it uses 3,300 or about 33,000, yeah, 3,000 watts. So one of these banks, you gotta think, it's 1,500 watts each. So I got to do one here and then one here to get by. Now, I could use a 12 amp, but it wouldn't be enough. So I have a separate PDU hung on the wall over there just for the S19J Pro. Those PDUs rock. Actually ran into an issue with an ASIC though. Nerd Gears are $100 for their metered 30 amp ones. Yeah, I really like these trip light ones. I haven't played with the Nerd Gears ones. I know they've come down. They're hard to get in stock. I know Panda promotes those a lot, and they're good. Like, don't get me wrong. But I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. 3 in here, 1 in my garage. Yeah, I have a 30 amp 240 watt in my garage, not running right now too. And then I have 3 in my mining room. So yeah, all right. We're gonna put these in this bin. All right, cool. I got another one to pull out. We're almost done. Then we can start moving shelves, which is awesome. Okay. Oh gosh. I do have an access point in here. It's an ingenious access point, but I have it unplugged right now because the uplink is running right into my laptop because I knew I'd have to unplug this switch. Yeah, but those are expensive though. What are you using to mine? I'm not sure what you mean there. Is it the S19 15 amp total? Correct. How about the PST few green Dave? Oh yeah, Bitcoin going up today. We'll take it. I saw it. Definitely. Yep. Should be cool. Okay, so there's like an echo. Where am I hearing this echo from? I'm like talking into something. It's echoing right now. It's weird. Ever heard of Windows? There you go. Oh, you have an issue with Nerd Gears. Yeah, I've never used Nerd Gears before. Panda swears by them, though. Oh, Cryptex? Yeah, I've heard of Cryptex before. Yeah, I don't know what, like, it's like this weird echo I'm hearing in here. All right, so what I need to do is I need to move these out of the way. I might even put them outside. Oh, God, that bin's heavy now. Now, it was raining earlier. It should be fine. I don't hear it now. I was out here the one night working, and it was a thunderstorm. But you guys know how it is, dude. When you guys got to work on your mining rigs, you're freaking going to work on your mining rigs. You could hear it. I had one, talking about rain and water, I had one issue. I had one issue, ow, mother effer. I had one issue with water once. And this is why everything in my shed is up several inches off the ground, if I ever have issues. But what I did was, I think you guys have seen I have the gable vents, right? Well, in one spot, so the top gable vents were dripping down to the middle gable vents, which were fine, and then they dripped down the bottom gable vents. Well, it was pulling at the bottom of the one gable vent, and it was coming in through the screw into, like, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total screws that secure the, what would you call that? The base of the gable vent into the wall of the shed. And it was coming through on one of the screws on two sides at the very bottom. And it was like crazy rainstorm. So what I did was, what did I do to fix that? Oh, so what I did was I ran out, I got a tarp, and I tarped like in front of this, but I propped up the tarp so all the rain would come off the roof and then go onto the tarp. And then I had the tarp out and pushed it out with some like 2x4s so airflow could still come in until it stopped raining. And then when it stopped, but I had a little bit of rain. We're talking a little, like 2 puddles. After the rain was over, what I did was I double checked those screws were fully in, and then something I decided to do was I actually took silicone, which I had used originally, but I took silicone and I siliconed around where the bolts or screws go into the shed, and that solved my problem. I think there's a 𝐍𝐈𝐂 link in the description of the video. 68 Firebird in the snow only car at the time. You're crazy. Yep. Yeah, so sorry. Went off on a tangent there. All right, so let me get these outside. By the way, I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me tonight. I mean, I thought about it. So my mother-in-law is at my house. My mother-in-law's been staying at my house off and on. She's buying a house locally. And I can't really stream in my basement because I'm loud. I can't really stream in my basement because she sleeps down there. You guys have probably seen I redid my basement. Oh, that's going to fall. No, that should be good. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. So, and I like to stream on Thursday nights because no other content creators are streaming on Thursday nights. And so I was like, all right, cool, we'll stream. And I was like, we'll just do it from the shed. So it's actually worked out well. You have a puddle on your north-facing wall, wind-driven. Rain comes in different. Oh, interesting. What's your plan to address that? So anyways, I appreciate you guys coming to hang out. All right, so I'm going to take off my shelves, the metal, these. Let's put them against the door. I get this weird issue on the door is dirt. Like there's like, yeah, it's weird. I've never cleaned the backside of the door, but on the, around the door, the top of the door, it's like, yeah, it's like dirt. I'm gonna have to like rinse it, like wipe it off. It's on my list of things. I'm a big list and like task guy. So it's on the list. I did add these. I don't know if you guys can see from there, but here, there's an electric outlet up here and one over there because I want to put a small hole through and mount a camera and spotlight. And then I could just wire them right into the shed. So I did add that since my original setup. Now my shed is on my home. Dang it, what's going on here? Oh, that's really loud. I did add that to my home. This shed is on my home security system. So I do actually have a security sensor in the shed. So when like we put on our alarm system and stuff, it is tied into my home security system, which is nice. All right, we take a quick break. Drink some little energy drink. Oh, DJ Mine's in the house. It's late for you, dude. You must not have work tomorrow. How do you find time to parent and work and mine and YouTube? A lot of time management. A lot of time management. I get up in the morning at 8, get myself ready, checking phone for work. I spend all day working and a lot of time on email, talking to partners, planning content, sponsorship stuff. That's why I started doing some shorts to help balance things out. And 4-day weekend. Oh, I think it's Martin Luther King, right? On Monday. And but I try to utilize my time as much as I can. So like every minute of my day, I have something planned, a task scheduled, meetings, projects I want to work on. Like it's all scheduled. Like people that, I'm not the type of person, like, and other people are, where like, it's like, oh, I don't have anything on Monday. I'm like, oh, Monday's free. I'm scheduling the shit out of that day to get stuff done. That's kind of how I do things. So like, it's not for everybody, but like I work in some way, but I like working. I work in some way from the minute I wake up till the minute I go to bed. And there's very few times I play games. There's very few times that I watching TV shows or movies. Like if I'm watching a movie, I'm working on a thumbnail at the exact same time. So that's kind of why I'm doing stuff all the time. I'm doing stuff all the time, and it's a lot of balance. It's a lot of balance, definitely. Yeah, not everybody's like that though. All right, let me put my drink down. Break time's over. Okay, so we're gonna check this out, right? So let me get my measuring tape. All right, so we talked about how the top isn't tall enough right now because I want to include my mini A6 and my L3s here. And so the challenge is like this light, you see, like this is a sloping roof. The way the entire thing, they call it a lean-to style shed, which is actually, I bought it on purpose because then the air, you got to think, the cold air comes in and then the roof slopes upward and it exits out on my fans on that side. So right here, we're at 6.5, but with the light, and these lights by the way, were like 20 bucks from Home Depot, and they were just plug-in lights, and I cut the end and wired them in to my 20 amp setup. This shed has 3 30 amp, 240 volt, and then one 20 amp, 120. And the 20 amp runs any outlets, and it runs my fans. And I've added a lot of outlets since I built the shed. I should have added them originally. I got one on that side, one now, one there, one here, and 3 across the bottom. You don't realize how many normal outlets you use, which is crazy. I completely forgot about them. So here though, it is 6 inches. So I want to get a 7. The Gold-Shell Mini ASIC and the L3 Pluses need about 7.5 total. So we're gonna bring this guy down 1, and then we'll see where we're at. It looks like it should come to here. Yeah, I think that's the hard part with these notches. Like, you're kind of at the mercy of where these notches are in your shelves. So Philip, great question on the sub panel. The unfortunate thing is the sub panel does add a lot of cost to it, and I was looking to keep my costs down. Yeah, so that's why I didn't run like a sub panel. Now and also, great question. Also, when my electrical leaves my shed, it literally goes 3 feet and hits my garage wall, and my panel is on the other side of the garage wall. So my sub panel, like I could have put a sub panel in here, and then it would have been like a 20-foot run to my main panel. Of course I got to talk it out to myself, like Nick. Come on now. Yeah. It's 59 in here now without anything running. It's actually really warm in Pennsylvania right now. Is anybody in PA? What's the temperature out right now? It's warm, oddly enough. All right. Something just came up on there. I didn't get a chance to see it. Hey, Shy, thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. Am I related to Elon Musk? I see some resemblance. Nope. If I was, that'd be awesome, right? Be like, hey, you know. All right, I need to. What's the temperature in here? Yeah, it's 50 out right now. Nick had a good idea. Lowering the top shelf for more room. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to lower the top shelf. Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to lower the top shelf by 1 notch to see if that works for what we need. Rubber mallet. So I'm going to mute myself while I do this. Thanks, Slick Nick. I have my miners are going to be doing. I got some GPU mining rigs. I'll have some mini ASIC Gold-Shell miners. Have 2 L3 pluses, a Gold-Shell X5, and then I have a KD Lite on the way. I have a KD Max on the way. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. So I'm going to mute it because it's going to be loud. I don't want it to be too loud for you guys. It's going to be like banging. Okay, so it's so loud in here. My neighbors are gonna kill me. Like it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm banging around inside here. Okay, so I had to remove the cross joists that were holding it in place. I couldn't think about it. So anyways, let me see where I lowered this one down one. So this is now 8 3/4. I dropped my book. My gold shell needed 7.5. So unfortunately I'm kind of stuck. Like I hate losing like height and stuff like that. So yeah, if I was where I was before, it was too small, and now I'm like overkill a little bit. So I'll have to keep that in mind. But I think this is going to be a good height for where we want it right now. I missed some shows. Did you ever get the power cost down? Monday's video, yes, we figured out a way to get it down. Monday's video. Just some love taps. Just tap it in. Tap it in. I know, it's 11 o'clock already. Your neighbor is going to be like, what? Yeah, exactly. Dude, it is loud, okay? I'm not kidding you. It is loud. Shh. All right, I'm going to bang these in. I like where these are, and then I'm going to move the other one, and then the top rack will be done. So I'm going to mute myself again real quick. Be right back. Oh my God, my neighbors hate me. It's so loud. Oh my word. It's 4 a.m. That's crazy. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I don't want to be too loud, too much. So we'll chat with you guys for a little bit. Whew. 71 of you guys in chat. Thanks for coming to hang out. I'm going to check to make sure my wife isn't texting me like, what the F are you doing out there? If you're outside, you can absolutely hear me. Oh, the cross braces. Completely forgot about them. Thank you for reminding me. Completely forgot about the cross braces. Okay. Okay, we're good to go. A lot of noise. Master at work. Good job limiting the love taps. I tried. Did you notice that? You noticed that? Yeah. If you guys, by the way, this is the Gladiator racking from from Lowe's. Now, I think it was a little more expensive. It was like 300 bucks or whatever, but I was limited. So like, there's a Husky rack that I think like Red Panda Mining and Chump Change recommend, and it's really cool and it's good. But I needed a rack that I couldn't get too much higher than this. Like I planned it all out. Like those racks I think are 72 inches tall. I think. Where's my measuring tape? I needed a rack that was shorter. Okay, so this rack. Okay, this rack is 72. But what I also needed was I needed a rack. The depth was a big one. This rack is only 5 inches wide. So it's a 5 feet wide. So it's a 5 foot wide rack that is 72 inches tall. And then the depth I wasn't too concerned about. I hear you in Spain. Shh. What's up, Solar Miner? But I also, in the shed, wanted the ability to go all the way around the rack. So that was one of my big ones. Like, I can't stand setups where like there's wires everywhere and they're walking over crap everywhere. I like to like think things out ahead of time. So I spent hours finding this rack, and this was one I found from Lowe's. And then it ended up taking forever to get because they didn't have it in stock. Oh, it was a mess. Okay, so we need to now plan for our, we can remove this rack. Let me show you guys. So the bottom rack is all the way at the bottom. Okay? So the bottom rack is on the bottom rung down here. Okay? So the bottom one's going to stay there. This one, let's see, this one actually has to come out. And these two I'm going to have to move because I need to, and I'll explain why. So the bottom rack is, the bottom rack's going to have all my GPU mining rigs stood upright. So the GPU mining rigs, the X8s, are 27.5 inches. So if I look right now, they have 30, which is fine. All right, let's see, when they were sitting here. Yeah, so the size that I have now was a little bit big. It was a little too big. So I actually had a zip tie or a Velcro strap around the handles of the octominers and stuff, and then tied it up here. So I can shrink that down a little bit. So 27.5 is all I need, because then the ears end up sitting like right here, kind of help to hold it in place. That is without ears. When you add the ears actually come on the front facing of here, which is nice. It works out actually really well. So I am going to take the bottom, rack out and this rack out. And then I'm going to make sure that I can do my GPU rigs across the bottom again, but they're going to be lower. And then I need to, in the middle here, after I get that, I need to do a rack and then a rack just above it. And real small, it's going to be like, here's where the one rack is. I'm going to leave this gap, and then the other rack's going to go like here. Just an example, probably going to be lower down. And then the space in between is going to be where my PDUs are and my network switch is. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Gordon's over here being smarty pants. So, let me remove all the cross braces first. And these are actually kind of nice. You actually like squeeze them and they come out. That's how they work. So you can squeeze these and then they just go right through, which is cool. So we'll put these down here. All right. Could you do a piece of plywood where those cross bases were? Put your switch and PDU on that. Maybe it would be really tight though. You know, like maybe I'd have to look. You're talking about right in here, right? Talking about right in here. Pseudo Sue, thank you. I should remove my alert box. It's like shoved down here. There we go. I moved it. And now let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So yeah, I'll have to figure that out. All right, so let me fix this one. Some of these cross braces are hard to get out. Because like when it gets, if you guys notice, like when I was looking inside here, because there's like a little notch that goes down into here, and some of those are bent a little bit. And it makes so I have to like put one side in and then the other. Yo, listen here. Why do we have to be quiet? That's right. No, it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Oh, DeFran has become a member. Member for 5 months. Great stream. Love the shed talk. People should be building sheds now, getting ready. Yep. The hard part is like I've learned, like this is my first cycle that I've been through. And like what I've learned from my first cycle is from like the bear market and the bull market is I need to stack cash more in the bull market. So when the bear market occurs, I can take advantage of it. I thought I heard something. I hear a dog in the distance, but I was like, oh shit, what's going on here? But yeah, I really wish I would have done that so then I could invest more in the bear market, like buying hardware, you know. I mean, look at S19J Pros, like $2,000 on Bitmain, like insane. Thank you to Fran, by the way. By the way, guys, if you guys are looking to become a member, members get access to a private channel in my Discord. And in my Discord, I'm in there all the time chatting with people. Yep, build infrastructure and bull, buy hardware and bear. Yeah, it's a great avenue to have. Yep. Well, you could even say build infrastructure in the bear market too. But I think I know what you mean. Dude, your camper? That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Have you seen George Ryan? Have you seen Chump Change? He actually took I don't know what you call that. It's like a utility trailer, and he turned it into a mining trailer. Which is a really cool setup. Pretty much, it's just like you could turn into a shed just like this. I'm hearing like a plane and stuff like that. You know, it's like, what is that noise? All right, so we gotta be quiet. I'm gonna remove. Let's see. I gotta remove these braces first. So we're gonna do these real quick. All right, let me mute myself. I'll be right back. So I've run into a snag. So like the shelf at the bottom, I don't think I have enough room. I'm gonna try, but I don't think I have enough room to like bang upward. I just tried to like force it and there's no way of getting it up. So we're rearranging I was out Travelers Travel. So for people that are just joining, to give you guys an idea, we're rearranging our existing shelving because we're gonna put our gear back in here and get it powered up. We've kind of figured out our power situation. I'm gonna talk about that on Monday in a video. But I've kind of, from what I've learned the first time we did this, what to do. 2x4, if you put a 2x4 under, then you can wedge it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get it knocked up a little bit. I just got to get enough leverage. Dude, I really want to finish this tonight. So that's why I'm like, we got to finish this. So let me see if I can get underneath of it to see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. We got it. All right, cool. Take a drink. Hang out. I am sweating like crazy in here. Whew, use the force. I'm on it. I got it, Smokey Dan. All right, so let's take a look what we need here. So 27.5 inches for our octo miners. Where's my measuring tape? I'm going to have my good question there, POW blockchain. 3070s will be on flux. 3060s will be on flux. 3060 Ti's will be on flux. My 6600s, I don't know. I have 6600s and 6600 XTs. I don't know. What do you guys think I should put them on? Yeah, I could turn on the vents and pull in some air, no problem. But it gets it gets loud in here. Yeah, it's 60 in the shed right there. Yep. Yep. The nice thing is like the shed does a really good job with like humidity. So like right now, like nothing's running, but the rigs burn humidity like crazy, which is nice. I'm still waiting for a text from my wife to be like, someone stopped by. It's too loud. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to put them on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're definitely going to be running the ASICs. I mean, quite a few Dogecoin, Litecoin miners, the mini ASICs, Cardano miner. We have the Starcoin. We have the Handshake miner. I'm going to swap to Cycoin. L3 pluses we're going to have on. The X5s we're going to have on. Those are all going to be up here. I do have three Dogecoin mini ASIC miners that are in a 4th bedroom in my house. It's above my garage. I didn't build that room. The previous owner did, and did it so half-assed. There's barely any insulation. So those are in there heating that room. That does a really good job. So those will stay there. And then I want to get that S19J Pro back up and running. So yeah, we'll see. The iPolos I have, just not here. I have one iPolo here. My 3 iPolos, if you saw my other live stream, they're actually at my family vacation home. So they're doing their work there. Yes, they're there, actually in an attic right now because it's like cold outside, so I have them running in an attic. They're next to the helium miner that I had in that last live stream. My Jazz Miner X4Q. Oh, I hear it's raining again, but my containers are outside. They're good. Their lids are on. My Jazz Miner X4Q is on at my parents' house. They have it up and running. HS is halving, right? I don't know what that is. HS. Oh, Handshake. Handshake is not cold in the shed right now. It's 61 in the shed right now. I think I'm like putting off enough heat. Yeah, it's not too bad in here right now. It is 50 out right now. So yeah, it's 61 in here. So it's 11 degrees warmer in here than it's outside. What do I think about the flux happening? Did you watch my video on it, first off? All right, hang on, let me measure this. 27.5. So let's see what we're gonna get. So, oh, that's interesting. It's gotta be on that part of the shelf. We're gonna say like right here, yeah. Okay, 27.5 is gonna line up. Okay, we're gonna have to go with this rack right here, this rung. You guys can't see it there. That's where we're gonna have to go. So I did a video talking about the flux happening with Mr. Daniel Keller, and it's a necessary evil, and a lot of, and I guess I'll talk about it while I'm doing this. So like, as a miner, here's where with the current. Do you have a video on setting your S19J Pro to solo mine? I don't, but like, it's no different. You just pick your pool, and that's it. You just pick solo pool, that's it. There's nothing special about it. Let me make sure that's right on both sides. The flux happening will upset people that are trying to mine and sell at a frequent, you can say that word, a frequent rate. Those that are mining flux, that are just hodling, and not looking to sell anytime soon, the halving is not really a big factor. Like, it's cutting down on your, oh, is that gonna work? Yeah. That'll work, right? Yeah. So, in the bear market, like right now, it really does not make sense to be mining and cashing out daily, weekly, or monthly. If you're doing that, like, this is something I thought about a lot. That's why I turned off my farm originally. Was like, because are you mining just to cash out? Just to pay your operating cost? What's up, Keith? So, if you are, why? Like, if you're not able to hodl any coin, because you're spending you're cashing it all out, it just makes me like question it, you know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? So, like, that's part of the reason why I turned a lot off. Ooh, this is pretty wedged in here. That doesn't fight me. It does not like me doing this. Is that where that is? That feels really low. I'll have to measure this and check. $3 from Miner, thank you very much. Yeah, so that's like a struggle that I always have. Is like, shoot, I gotta remeasure this. I'm like trying to do too many things at once. I don't think it's that high. Let's look here. You guys got me all in sorts. I don't know. It's weird to me. Yeah, that'll work.
Thanks for the dono.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you're mining to cash out, to pay for your electric, to mine, to cash out, to pay for your electric, and you're not hodling like much crypto at all, it's a really hard concept, at least for me in the US, to kind of wrap my head around. This is like bent. What the shit? Yeah, it's like stuck on that side. We're making noise. I think this needs to come up one on this side. I think I'm gonna put this bent side in first. This side is like really bent. That's a pain in the butt. I think that's actually too much. Sorry, I'm like trying to focus and do this at the same time and talk about flux happenings and mining and selling, all that fun stuff. Okay, so if I went here, all right, I only need that one bent one. Okay, got it. Sorry, trying to focus. You guys are killing me. All right, so this one is actually kind of bent. This rack on this side is kind of bent a little bit. Who knows what'll happen to Chia? I mean, the benefit of Chia is just the fact of like it's not a lot to do it. Like, your watts are very low, you know? Yeah, I've heard a lot of Chia miners like doing, I'm just putting this in place. You guys can't really see it. You see me and hear me working over here. All right, so this, oh, I gotta go up one. This one is 27.25. It's almost like it's going to be too tight. So I got to go up to this really bent one. This one is really bent. Yeah. All right, this side's in. This side's gonna be a struggle. Wish me luck. All right, let's see if that is even. Will you mine it after the Lord splits? Imagine mining it now at 55 cents and hitting, oh yeah, that'd be crazy. Okay, so I'm at 30. So I either have two choices with this racking. I can go at 30 or I can go at 27.25. And so I'm gonna go with 30. I'm gonna have to. It's raining out there. All right, we're gonna make a little noise. Yeah. I mean, I think there's definitely some potential with chia right now. Some of those guys that build out those crazy big farms and stuff, like kudos to them. I have my evergreen miner. It's right down here. I had it plugged in the shed. Yeah, I don't know a ton, honestly. Solo mining chia from the beginning. Threadripper. Wow, that's crazy. Good for you guys, dude. Like, dude, ride it out, you know? Ride it out. It's almost like stocks a little bit. Like, if you're gonna buy the stocks and then the stock like goes down, instead of selling it, just hold on to it. It's only a loss when you sell it, you know? All right, so now we got a few more to put in, and then we're good. Yeah, so thankful that tornado that landed in Jessville. Oh, that's crazy, really? Yeah, man, I don't know. Like 𝐂𝐫𝐲, man, 𝐂𝐫𝐲 had so much potential, and then it just kind of, it just kind of fell to the wayside. I don't know. All right, so this one, it's at 28. See, that's where I kind of was off, because the way the rack is, I guess you can see it here. So like I was measuring to here, but look, the rack goes up and then over. So that's something to keep in mind. Like that's what I didn't account for. 10 miles, that's crazy. Oh, nice. You got your first iPolo and G1. I actually have a G1 Mini on the way too. Actually, no, I don't have it on the way. It's already here. And I already have it, actually. I was going to do a video on it next week, but I may still try to if time permits. There's just so much content to do and not enough time. Somebody come do my day job for me so I can put out more content. All right, where's my mallet? My rubber mallet. Is that what you call this thing? Right? Rubber mallet? Rubber mallet? I mined 𝐂𝐫𝐲 very shortly on my 3070s. I don't have much of it. Yeah, I sold some 𝐂𝐫𝐲 a while back. I think I sold 𝐂𝐫𝐲 when it was like just over $5. Are you thinking of getting a few S19 XPs? I have an S19J Pro. I don't plan to get more of those. I do have a Kadena Lite and a KD Max on the way. If the situation's right, I might get an XP. I mean, an XP just makes sense, right? What do the XPs go for right now? Because I know I've seen the S19J Pros go for $2 grand on Bitmain's site. Do you guys see that? $2 grand? That's just like, oh my God. I mean, granted, the hard part is the electric cost now. It's not even like hardware is cheap right now. It's not even the hardware. It's not even the hardware, you know? It's the freaking electric cost now. It's just price gouging. There's no regulation in place to say like, we can raise rates 10%, 50%. I mean, electric costs are up like insane amounts. I mean, look over in Europe. Anybody over in Europe with all the riots going on? I rem those shelving? What are you talking about, Keith? 5K, good price, best like 3 USD, but hard to find. Okay, so the XPs are still pretty much up there. First day off in a while, good for you. Oh yeah, these shelves, yeah, these are the Gladiator. Got it right there. All right, so here's what we have to figure out. So the open air, I'm probably going to put it on this, not this shelf, the one right above it. Because this shelf, my hand, like my switch is outside in the rain. It's in a cover. I'll have to get it. I think I might go or notch right, like the notch right underneath of it. Because a 12 GPU frame, where's my measuring tape? Okay. Whew, we fit. A 12 GPU open air frame, I have a few of those, and I'm going to put some of those in place. It's 21 inches. Oh, fudge. This might not work right. It's 21 inches. I'm going to have to go right there. I'm going to have to measure that, see what we got. All right. Let's put this other one in, and then we're going to see how we make out. That's all we can do. All right. This one I'm thinking about putting right here. It only leaves a small gap. It's literally the next rung up. Some of these get bent. I don't know if you know, if you've put Keith, you said you put these together before? They get bent. All right, that side's good. Let's measure this. All right, just gonna test this. That was loud. Let's test it here. Okay. Shoot, that is not gonna fit. So if I put this here, damn. Okay, so open air rigs won't fit on this shelf, but they can fit down below. And I'm not gonna have as many server cases this time because I have a lot less GPUs. So I can fit one open air frame down here, and then the rest server cases, octo miners. And then this shelf here, I'm going to do some additional ASICs on. I think I'm going to have to. So if I do that, I don't need as much clearance though. Like, I can raise this up because I don't need all this room. So I'm going to raise this up to give me more room to work right here with the switch and also with the PDUs. Sorry guys, talk to myself a lot. Do you have on and off peak? I don't know. Keep an eye out on Monday's video. I go well into depth on my electric rate, my electric bill, and how I ended up figuring out a way to turn the farm back on. Convert everything to X8 like Panda. It's a great idea, but it's really expensive. I don't want to spend really any money right now in the bear market, you know? Panda's got a few more viewers and subscribers than I do. All right, so we were going here. So if I go up here, I think this will work. I think this will work here. So we're going up a rung, because then at least gives me more room to work in here. Yeah. I have DJ Mine's open air rig, and I have my cousin's 2 open air rigs. But when I'll have to go through my server cases because I may have some extra server cases that I can convert them to, which would be nice, right? Like if I have the server cases, I'll swap them into them, which I think will make sense. Because I have like some Polo miners. I have an SK mining server case. Like, I really got to lay out my GPUs and figure out because, yeah, like my 570s were in an Octominer. That's empty. My 470s are out. My 580s, I think I'm going to take out. So I think I'm going to have enough room to put those into server cases. And then, but yeah, you're right. I do have some open air rigs that I'm hosting. Now, DJ mines I don't have up and running. My cousin has, how many does he have? 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 9 GPUs. So I might just swap 8 into a rig and run like the 9th one on like my test bench or something like that. Because it just takes up so much less space in server cases. And for me, density is key. You know, density is huge in here. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. But I don't want to spend the money right now. Like, you know, who wants to spend money right now? It's like the worst time. The U.S. economy in the shit. It's not a recession, I swear. All right, so this has to come up. Then we can go down. You guys are just going to hear the banging. Ooh, it's loud. What if you did the mini ASICs on the same shelf as the switch and PDU versus the top shelf, and you can move the top? Ooh. I've been working on the shelf for 2 hours. You bet your ass. Interesting. So what you're saying, you might have some ideas. If I have enough room. So if I move this one up, we need 7.5 inches from here to here. So it only has to go up one more. Ooh, there's a smart guy in chat. Yeah, that's why I muted before. Sorry. So if we move this shelf up one more rung, our mini ASICs could go here. I could put my PDUs towards the back of this shelf. They do take up a lot of, like, all those cables and stuff like that. Oh, that's right. I do have 2060s and 10... Completely forgot about those GPUs. I have 1070 Ti's and 2060 Supers, too. Yeah. So, like, this one... Yeah, so this... I'd take this shelf out entirely. And then I'd raise this one up one. And then... Wait. No, you're right. You guys are right. Right. You guys are right. So this shelf would have mini ASICs on it. Mini ASICs. And my full-size ASICs. Mini ASICs and full-size ASICs. This one would come down. I need 21 inches of clearance. I mean, you could, the hard part is like doing the mini ASICs and the PDUs and the switch, it gets really crowded. I don't know if I like that, but I like the, there's some options. So what do you guys, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Switch PDUs down here. Mini ASICs, full-size ASICs on here. This one comes down to, let's see here. I still need 11.5 inches as a full-size ASIC. So like here. So I'd bring this down one. I don't think I'm going to have enough room. I don't think there's going to be enough room there. I don't think there's enough room there. You'd almost have to eliminate a shelf. Because 11.5 would be here. So this one would come down to here. This one would be right here. Let's see here, hang on. That one would come to here, it'd be here. Yeah, it's only 13 inches up top. Yeah, you don't have enough height for the open airs. Yeah, I think the open airs, I really like your idea. Fuck. I like the open airs. I think I'm going to have to get away from the open airs for density. Yeah, I could lower this one down a little bit, but it really sucked only being that low. Like, am I going to have enough? So let's see. So if I lowered this one down 1, this shelf would be here. This shelf would be right here. So that's 18 if I left that. Yeah, it's not going to work. I was thinking about that. Either way, I'm stuck on space. My space is limited. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. And I'm going to move away from the open airs. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. I have 1660 Ti's too. We're definitely going to keep those. We're going to run those. I don't know. What should I put my 16? I have a whole rig of 1660 Ti's. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure something out. We'll figure something out with the open airs. But we got to think, like, in the shed here, we have to, this time around, when I get everything powered up and wired back up, I want to be smarter with the space that I have. Do you run any 1070 Ti's anymore? They're in a rig, but nothing's been powered on in about 2 months. You're right. You're right. Yeah, so like the only way to make it work is to do my mini A6 and mid-size A6 on this shelf here and bump this up, and then eliminate a shelf. But I think I like it, but I think I'm going to get frustrated by the PDUs being like slammed in here, and it's going to be a giant wiring mess behind the A6. And my concern is airflow, where the A6, the mini A6, are going to blow the heat out right into the PDU and right into my C13, C14, like into the cabling and all. I think it's just, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you definitely do flux. I'd have to look at it. Yeah, I mean, I think in a future video, probably next week or the week after, I'm going to have to lay out all my open air frames and then figure it out. Maybe do a video on it or a live stream on it of like, all right, here's all my GPUs and here's the kit, here's the rigs. You know, where do I move things around? You missed most of it? Oh, it was in the shop, broke down. Oh, bummer. Sorry to hear that. Bummer, bummer. Okay, let's check what time it is. 11:30, 5. Let's get that shelf in. Okay, what's this? Just check Discord, make sure I didn't. I'm good. Okay, let's do that side. I'm hoping tonight I'm going to get these in and then get the PDUs back in place. Is this where we are? Where we are. Yeah. Goes in that one went in so much easier. Okay. I think we're done with the rubber mallet for tonight. My neighbors can love me. 69 viewers, woo! Looking good on the shed. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, well, the issue was up here, was with the lighting. So that's why we lowered this down. It really created a challenge. Plus, I have to think about, like, with some of the ASICs, with the mini ASICs, like your gold shells and your iPolos and stuff, you can stack those, you know? Like, you can stack those, no problem. There's no harm there. I don't like to stack the mid-size ASICs, like the L3 Pluses or like the X5s and stuff, especially with those PDUs or power supplies. Those are jankety. Now, we won't have the iPolos because those are at a relative's or a family vacation home. So, yeah, shelf is done. Good job. Ding, ding, ding. No, I'm not getting any 40 series GPUs. That's crazy. That's crazy. Seen the video of the AMD 6700. Yeah. I think the prices will continue to fall. I mean, I think prices are pretty plateaued right now. I mean, it all depends where the market goes, you know. I mean, as Bitcoin goes up, every hardware prices go up, you know. All right, so now we're ready to get the PDUs. We're done with this. That have been out in the rain. Well, the bins, those bins have been, but the bins are closed. This has been fun tonight. Oh, this one started working again. 63 over here. What a shelf. It looks amazing. I know. Don't you love it? Hey, it's the little things, man. You get excited about a rack for mining. Whew. Really gets me going. All right, let's poke our head out here. Of course, it's on the bottom. Rainy and wet. Put that over here. It's got like a puddle of water on top. It's all right. We're going to vacuum. We're going to mop the shed tomorrow because my shoes are not the cleanest right now. All right. Put this here. Oh, gosh. This one says Halloween costumes on it. Okay. All right. PDUs with 15-foot cables. It's weird. We have this as like a warm front that just came through today with the rain. God, that's so loud. So it's 50 out right now, but it's been like in the 20s and 30s over the last few days. Which has been nice. All right. So what I did last time, and I'm going to do it this time because it worked out well, was a PDU on the end, switch in the middle, PDU on the other end. Because then my PDUs can go up or down, whatever. What's that noise? Is that this? Yeah, I think that was this. It was like this squeaky noise. Facing it that way, which ends up working out well. Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird. Like it's warm like right now. What's the temp supposed to be the rest of the week? I want to be working in here tomorrow if time permits. Let's look here. Yeah, it's gonna be warmer. Like tomorrow 49 the high, then Saturday 37, 43, 47, 49. It's this weird warm front. I mean, I don't have anything mining in here right now, but I'll take the cold weather, right? All right, this one's upside down. It's farm show season, so give it about a week and we will have a blizzard. Yeah, right? Pennsylvania is weird. Like, we haven't gotten much snow yet, so like there's a good chance that we're going to get a bunch of snow in like March. All right, so we got zip ties here. I zip tie the PDUs in place. These are all big ones. Look at these suckers. 20. Look at that. UL Type 21. These are the 14-inch zip ties. I don't need that big, but I don't have any of the smaller ones. I always just buy the biggest zip ties, though. Because then I don't have to worry about, oh gosh, that squeak. All right, so we're going to put you... So the PDUs have the ears on the end, right? So I use the ears, the holes in the ears, because they're rack mountable. And then I zip tie it right to the shelf so it can't move. Works great. Because as you're plugging in your cables and stuff like that, it's always a pain when it can move. All right. Victory. All right. Overkill, right? Look how long these things are. Where's my size? There we go. All right, ready, chat? Question for you. side snips or dikes or cutters. That beard is on point. Thank you. What do you call them? Now I got to make sure I really get close to the zip tie, because the last thing I want, those little sharp edges, I'm gonna point it downwards so I don't scratch my arms up like crazy when I'm reaching in here trying to plug in cables. So I'm going to rotate the zip tie down so that I don't destroy my arms. And then, of course, as I told you guys before, always have a trash can in your shed. Always. We got cutters. Nice rack. Thanks, Gary. Cutters, snippers. Neither flush cuts. Oh, okay. Reports of thunderstorm and it's raining outside right now. But hey, it's a nice thing. You work in the shed, you're good to go. Right? Good to go. All right. Let's get these guys done. I used to call them dikes. I think I call them like side snips or something. I think that's what I call them now. I usually don't use like side snips. Yeah, that's what I call them. Most of the time I'm using, I have Paladin scissors. I used to do a lot of networking and stuff like that. And those things are sharp as anything. So I used to use a lot of those, but that's for like, you know, Ethernet cables and stuff like that. All right, this time we're gonna zip tie these down. There we go. These aren't pliers. Definitely wouldn't call them pliers. Oh, lineman, dude, I got a set of lineman when I started doing some of the electrical in here and stuff in my basement. Lineman pliers. Oh, those are so nice. They're so nice. Heavy duty. All right, so now what I do is we're gonna pipe our massive cable. I'm gonna channel it right here. You guys can see right along here, the lip. And the nice thing is I use the racking and just zip tie it all along, which is nice. Because then the nice thing is you can run other cables up against it, and it does well. So what I did before was I lift up the grate a little bit and then zip tie it down so it's just on the grate. Just kind of pipe it along. I literally will spend hours doing the cabling when I do this with like the Ethernet cables and the C13 and all the cabling and stuff with Ethernet and all. My goal is to keep it out of the way. Like, I could run cabling all over the place and not even care about cable management, but I think it makes a huge difference. Like, I don't want to trip over it. I don't want to ever get caught on it. Like, I need it to be, sounds terrible, but it's got to be perfect. So like, if I have the time, which we do, like, let's do it right. Oh, I just broke a zip tie. Haven't done that before. So it may take me 100 times longer, but I'd rather do it right. Everybody's different though. Some people are like, dude, just slap the miners in there. Who cares about the wiring? And you know, to each their own, I guess. Not my thing, but to each their own. All right. There we go. Trying not to cut up my arms like crazy when I am messing with this at some point. So I gotta get the switch, put it in place. Ah, the switch is outside still. Dang it! Who put that out there? Was that you guys? Nail clippers seem to work well for zip ties. Oh, really? Diagonal cutters. Yeah, I've heard that one before. A tidy shed is a happy shed. That's right. OSHA compliant. That's right. Gotta keep it. That's right. All right. I need my switch. Do I need my switch? No, I don't need the switch. It's going to be right in the middle. And the power cables, yeah, I don't need the switch. I thought I did, but I don't. Because the switch is just going to have a C13 cable going from the switch into the PDU. The switch I just wire right into the PDU. Makes it 10 times easier. Now I could wire it over to an outlet, but it's like, why not just put it on the PDU, you know? You got the power, it's right here. The issue is I really need to get, and that's something I might think about, is the proper length. Like, this gray bin is filled with C13 and C14 cables, but they're much longer. I didn't buy them originally for the shed. I bought them for my mining room. And I think I might go through and spend the money and get some more accurate C13 to C14 cables, because now I'm in the middle of my rack. Remember before I was at the bottom? Now I'm in the middle of the rack, so I can get away with a lot shorter cables. Might have to put another zip tie there. That's kind of popping up a little bit. I don't like that. You stay down. You know your place. All right. So now we're going to join this one up with this one. But I got to run these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run them up the post. I almost use the post as my channel. And then I'm going to use Velcro in the post. So come up from here. Now let's see. This one is the far left. So we're going to do the far left PDU. You guys can't see it right there. I can show it to you in a minute. I'm going to have a lot more extra cable. So this is a locking plug. You plug it in and then you turn it and it clicks in. And this is, I'm running the meter box with the Drox meter. If you guys need, I have the everything you need. I actually have a full video I actually did it with an electrician. My electrician that I do stuff with, he actually filmed it with me. It was pretty cool. I have an entire video that we step by step, he did it. I had him do it and kind of review the meter boxes and stuff, and then had him wire it versus me wiring it, just to get like a perspective from an electrician, which was a lot better. When is the live with Flux CEO? David Keller? We were actually going to do it a few weeks back. He had to reschedule, do some health stuff. So we have to get it rescheduled. It's something that's like on our docket and what we're planning for. 3D filament snips. Oh, really? You take pride in your work. You show it off to the world. I try to. Does the switch support for 240 volt? Yes, most switches do. Yeah. Yep. Looks good, sir. Thanks. Great shed. Gotta go. Thanks. See you, Gary. Have a good one. Currently building an H510 Pro mining rig. Got it. A custom drilled and mounted the mounting holes. Blue. Custom. Hey, sounds sweet. The symmetry in those PDUs. Hell yeah, man. Come on. My wife hates it because like I'm so like there's certain things I'm OCD about, especially with like, oh, if we have one photo on this side of that couch, we need another one on the other side, because, you know, like it's just the rule of thumb. They have to match. You know what I mean? It drives her nuts. She's like, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. You need symmetry. 100%. All right. Let's see if we can get this one. This one's a little tighter of a turn. I'm dealing with both the PDU cables now. These are thick. I'm going to look on here. These are 10 gauge. These PDU cables are so thick. But we're using one zip tie and going completely down on them. All right, I got to move. I got to fish this through here and up, and then it'll plug in. So I'm going to plug this one in. There we go. Actually, I might switch those. So then the left PDU is to the left and the right PDU is to the right. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because this one's the right. Yeah, I'm going to swap them on the wall. You guys can't see it, but we're going to swap these. So the on the wall, it makes it easier to be like, well, which one's which? Well, the right one is the right PDU, and the left one's the left PDU. That's what I'm thinking. Just makes it easier, I think, to follow. Like, and then the last one I have on the wall is actually dedicated to my Bitcoin miner, because that thing needs its own PDU. All right, so let's fish this through. I know you guys can't really see me. I'll turn the camera so you guys can see over here. Don't want you guys to get too lonely over here by yourselves. You guys are chatting all by yourselves. All right, turn it this way. There we go. You guys can hang out with me over here. How's that sound? What if you are looking from the other side? It's always looking this side, because you can see the boxes here. So what I was referring to is like, okay, you have the right PD, like this PDU's to the far right, so that's this one, and then this PDU's to the left, so it's this one. Now you're right if you're looking from that side, but I have to remember it's always from the back. Man, now you guys got me messed up. So if you're looking from that side, it's the left one. Dang it, you're right, you're right, you're right. I gotta swap these again. You guys suck, but you make a really good valid point. All right. I don't want them to get tangled. All right, come on. Locking plugs are no joke, boys and girls. You, sir, are correct. Get in there. Get in your home. There we go. Let's do it from the front. There. We're done. We did it. We did it. We did it. All right, let's finish our work here. So we're going to pipe along here. Downside is we have a lot of extra cable now that we didn't have previously because we were on the bottom. So what I'm referring to is this 10 gauge cable is 15 feet, and I really thought about cutting it when I first did the shed. And I think I asked you guys when I was doing the video, and a bunch of people said, don't cut it, just leave it. You know, if you ever need it, you at least have it, and you're not wrong. But now it's like, damn, like there's a lot more cable. Just, I'm gonna have to figure out a nice, neat way to kind of put it out of the way, so that it's not all, I mean, there's a lot there, because we're not going far. It's not that, you know. All right, so we're stacking the cable here. That's what we're doing. This will be our last one here. And then on the post, what I do is Velcro, because if I'm adding or removing cables, the Velcro makes it easier. These are so, you know, these aren't, this is only the second time I've ever moved them. I might actually put these side by side like that. Or does it make sense like this? Nope, I like it like that. There we go. Looks good. Tighten that up. You guys are like, dude, you spend so much time doing this. The answer is yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do it right the first time. Let's see here. Chat wins, right? Yeah. You're right, our lefty. That's right. That's right. Just catching up on chat. Always look from the intake side. That's a good point. It's a good point. Yep. Yep. Metal zip ties? Now you're talking hardcore. Yeah, coil the cable, yep. Yep. You're right. You're right. Chat's always right. It's always good to get feedback from people, like on all this stuff we're doing. Like, the feedback is helpful. So the downside is, I don't know if you guys can see it. Here's all the extra cable. Here's all the extra cable. So now I got to figure out something creative to do with it to keep it out of the way. I might spool it. Can I spool this on the wall? Oh, I'm going to spool it on the wall. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it today because I have these zip ties with the little hole in them. so I can, for the screws. So I'll screw it into, right here, into that 2x4, and then I'll spool it, and I'll put a zip tie at the top and a zip tie at the bottom. That's what we're doing. So for now, I'm going to leave it. Good thinking, chat. Good thinking. You guys are on it. Gosh, you're so smart. What's going on, Alex? Hello, hello. All right, so I think that's what we'll do. Cool. Yes, yes, yes. I guess I can get the switch and get that in here and plugged in. Now, I do need to run a feed cable over to here too, so why don't we do that tonight? We still have time. What time is it? Like 12 or something? 11. Yeah, we still got a little more time. It's a long stream, but it's like, hey, we're getting work done. We're getting work done. So let me bring in that guy. A little wet. Sorry, we're gonna mop the shed tomorrow. A little rain. Nice thing is it's raining outside, so it helps with the noise, keeps it down a little bit. All right. I actually thought about getting a bigger switch for all those little mini ASIC miners, but what I did, it's just a short run though. So the mini ASIC miners, turn it this way. The mini ASIC miners, I ran a lot of them on wireless up here, so they didn't have to run Ethernet all the way up. And it was fine because there's actually an access point right here. It's an Ingenious AP. Has its own wireless in the shed just for the mining rigs. Own SSID, own VLAN, and but in here, you gotta think my switch is gonna be in the middle shelf. So I'm only going up and plugging in, which it makes sense. So I might need a bigger switch actually. I might just buy a second one though, because like these are so cheap. Let's see how much these are. So this is the TrendNet. Let's see. They might not even sell these anymore. TrendNet TEG-S16DG. It's just a 16 gigabit, 16 gigabit, 16 port. Let's see, Amazon. They might not have this anymore. Like you probably, like this is quite a few years old. I know, it's still available, 55 bucks. Hell yeah, I might just buy a second one because I think I'm gonna need it. They changed up the look of it a little bit. Yeah. Because you gotta think of it like, it's better to wire everything, right? You only go to wireless if like you have to, but like if I wire it, because like I don't know how many mini ASICs and ASICs, but like, and then by the time you're done, yeah, you're gonna use most of those up. Because you gotta think, one of these is uplink, right? And then I have another, and then port 2 is gonna be to my AP. So now I'm already down to 14 ports. Yeah, I'm gonna need a second one. It's a TrendNet gigabit. TrendNet TEG-S16DG. Yeah. Is there any effect on running mini miner on your network? No. Miners use, like I only have here 100 down and 10 up. Okay? Which actually, if I run a speed test, I think they've bumped it to like, I don't know, 125 down and like 25 up. I mean, I'm streaming right now at 8 up alone. But mining uses like this much. It's just small little packets. Well, I could do, here's the issue. I could go with a bigger one, right? Like you could say just do one switch, but that's also, you gotta think, a switch is also another C13 port I'm losing. But let's say I went with a TrendNet, like let's say I went TrendNet because it was cheap originally. But let's say I went with a bigger, here's a bigger TrendNet. Nope, it's not what I want. What if I went with a 48 port, right? Oh, there it is right there. Where was it? Oh, that's 24. A 24 port is $103. So now I've doubled my cost if I go with a 24 port for just 10 more ports. So in reality, I really want is a 48 port. So let's just do TrendNet TEG 48. And I could wire it to the 120. Okay, that's 24 port. 48 port. Dude, that's a lot of ports. Holy shit. $390. Yeah, guys, $396 when I can just buy another one of these and give me another 16 ports. Like, that'll get me to, okay, so for $110, we can have two 16 ports for $110. So it gives us 32 ports total for $110. I think we're going to go that route. Yeah. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, just add another switch, we'll be good. Let's be honest here. We do need to wipe this. So this has not been cleaned ever in the shed. Does need to be cleaned off a little bit. Like, the only thing I wish I might order when I order another one of these is the ears. I used to have ears for this. I can't find them for the life of me. The ears, because then you can stick a zip tie through the ears like I did with the PDUs and zip tie it down. I'm going to do that so that it does. Let me add that to my cart right now. So it does not move. Because then when you're plugging stuff in, isn't it the worst when you're trying to plug something in and you can't because it moves? Okay. The ears are $8. So we need two sets of ears. Add to cart. And then we need another one of those. See, you guys are being so helpful tonight. Good job, chat. Yeah, I don't need... You can overcomplicate it. You absolutely can. Like, Red Panda Mining, love the guy. Overcomplicates and overspends on a lot of stuff. But he has the money to. If you got the money to, go for it. You know what I mean? Go for it. All right, so we have our switch in place. So now I need to find the... Switch is going to go the other way. So this way. Because all my Ethernet's going to come down. All my Ethernet is going to be, because you got to think, intake's this way, right? So Ethernet ports are traditionally on the back. So the Ethernet's going to come down the channel, come out of my channel, and then it's going to run across the crossbar and into the switch. 5 zip ties around it. I'll get the ears. They're $8. We'll go with the ears. That's right. Smokey Dan's like, hey, if you're spending some money, the new switch will maybe have ears. Let's take a look. I had ears at one point, but I can't find them for the life of me. I'm trying to see if it has ears. I'm not seeing it in any pictures. I'm going to go down to the QA here. See ya, POW. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, Red Panda bathwater, right? It doesn't say anything about the ears. I want to go down to the question and answers. Come on, where's that at? I'm going to search for it. Ears. Search. No rack ears. Buy the rack ears separately. Does not include the ears. Good thought. Good thought. Good thought. Oh yeah, you'll be fine, James. Yeah, you'll be fine, James. I have a Google Mesh actually in my house as well. I love it. I love the Google Mesh. Oh, that's sweet. That's a good idea, the Traveler's Travels. So, like, I'm going to have my... Ooh, that's good to save space. So, like, my mini ASICs are going to be here. So I could put the server power supplies under and then run my PCI cables this way and plug in. That's a really good idea. Because then you can use my shelving on top Oh, that's a really good idea. Ooh, Traveler's Travels. I like it. Oh, of course. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So switches here. I need the shortest cable possible out of here. I have so many cables in here. Ugh, I don't even want to go through it. I don't even, like, I think this could be close to my shortest cable, and it's still quite long. Trying to see if I have shorter. Ooh, this one might be shorter. Yep. Okay. This is definitely the shortest one I got. It's all right. We'll make it work. We don't have to go far, thankfully. All right. That's good. Damn, Pepso Big Brain. We like more powerful than the VT. There you go, right? Hey, chat's on it, guys. Chat's on it. Yeah, that's a good call, Travelers. I mean, hey, you got to worry about density. So I'm just checking inside just to make sure there's nothing bent or anything like bent or browned or anything like that, just to be safe. All right, turn it off. Now, I could do, you see how we do have some, here, I'll turn this down a little bit. There we go. So we do have some C13s on here, on the front side here. And then we do have some C13s over here as well. And the switch, you see how it moves, like even now just moving around a little bit. So we do have an extra, quite a bit of cable. The closest is right here. But I also want to keep like cable management. I guess I could take the switch and come this way a little bit. I might do a loop right here. Yeah, you could on the side here. Yeah, you could. You could, but definitely limits on space. I'm thinking about just coiling, doing a nice coil, and then just plug in right here. Kind of like that. I think that'll look good. And I'm going to zip tie these only because this isn't going anywhere. What do you think, chat? You like it? You like it? Let's see what we got. There's no Hobbyist Miner sticker on this rack. They're right. There isn't even a Hobbyist. I don't have it. I need to, I have so many stickers. I thought about doing all the stickers on the back of my door. I have a whole bin of stickers that people have sent me. I thought about just decorating the back of the door. What do you guys think about that? But then my concern was that, like, because of, like, the heat and because of, like, the cold, would the stickers, like, start to come off? You know what I mean? So, like, and then I started to think, like, ooh, like, maybe I shouldn't do that. You know? I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, I know. RPM's like, screw it. We're ordering all new cables. Like, oh, the C13 to C14 cables are not freaking cheap. Zip tie it under the grill? Shit, I think you're right. Damn it. Damn it. I don't even think about that. Chat, you guys are stepping it up tonight. You guys get a gold star. An extra pat on the back to you guys. Yeah, I might do, there's a spot on the wall. I'll show you. There's a spot. Let's see if I can turn it. You see right here? I also thought about doing it on here, but I don't know how well the sticker is going to stick to this material because this is like, I don't know what you call this. This is like the foil. I forget what they call this. There's some foil name for it. Heat barrier. Yeah, it's like a heat barrier foil, I think is what they call it. And it's like a little bumpy of a texture. Ah, then you could epoxy that. That's true. If you put them on the door, I could have my wife is all about the epoxy stuff. By the way, genius idea to put it underneath. Gosh, you guys are so smart. Because then it just, yeah, it's just utilizing space. I'm so glad I decided to live stream this. Smart chat. You're so damn smart, you don't even know it. All right. Hey, I like the Hobbyist Miner shirt you had on. With the gun bazookas. Where are those? They're not for sale anymore. Those were a one-time thing. One-time thing. Dude, chat's on it tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Smart, smart. Smart, smart. Gold stars. Gold stars for chat. It's going to be a little trickier, but we'll make it work. Zip ties have to go in the mouth. They always go in the mouth, right? You guys know that, right? All right, so that, as I drop it, that could go like right here. I don't want to squish the cable. Just want it to be nice and neat. Genius. Genius, chat. Bunch of freaking geniuses in my chat right now. You can go tell your wives, say, hey, Hobbyist Miner gave me a gold star tonight. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's one cable. It took us like 10 minutes. Oh, I'm going to need more zip ties. Good job, chat. Oh, great question. So my exhaust fans, I just left the way they are. Just left them. I didn't do anything with my exhaust fans at all. The only thing I did was I took the like hefty outside trash bags, the black ones, and in the inside of my intake and exhaust for my S19J Pro, I covered, and then I used the hose clamp around it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's good. It's good right here. That's good, good, good. I think my switch is on. All right, I gotta turn it on. Switch is on. So these are live right now. Power's on. Switch is on. We ready to put some stuff in here tomorrow. Dude, if I didn't have work tomorrow, I would just live stream the entire day. I would love to live stream just 12 hours of just like doing everything. It'd be sick. So, game plan. GPU mining rigs down below. I'll lower this down a little bit more. Oh. Okay. GPU mining rigs down below in server cases. Maybe an open air frame on the end. We'll see. Hopefully not. Maybe just we'll move everything to server cases. We got our PDUs and our switches here. We're going to route everything up the sides up here. This is going to be, I think I'll put my X5 here. L3 Plus, L3 Plus, mini ASICs all the way down. And I could double stack them. I could double stack the mini ASICs, which I think I'm going to have to. Double stack. Actually, no. Cancel this. Cancel all this. This is all going up here. X5 up top. Thanks. Dude, Travelers Travels would be great. You guys could watch it work. So, X5, L3 Plus, L3 Plus, mini ASICs. But I can't double stack up here. Oh, so many options. Gonna have to see. Gonna have to see. Gonna have to see, guys. Damn. So much to think about. So much to think about. These have come in handy too, if you guys didn't see these before. So these are just like 4-foot shims that I cut in half. And then what you can do is like, if your ASIC doesn't sit perfectly, especially the mini ASICs, they don't sit perfectly on here because of where the grading is and stuff. Then the nice thing is you can take one of these and put it down and then level it off, which is nice. Yeah, you could go that route. You could go that route. The other thing you could do is like do your PDU, do the long PDUs, and you could go down the side. But I'm always like with my rack, my goal is always to have everything condensed in the rack so that like as I move around the rack, I can't bump into anything. Yeah. Yep. Dude, equipment. I'm going to do equipment tomorrow. I got some videos to record. I got to do so much to do. So much to do. Gosh, guys, come on now. Yeah, so these are dead. I just got to put batteries in them. This one's working. What is it over here? 63 on the intake, 61 on the exhaust side. Yeah. It's probably because I'm over here and like body heat and stuff like that. That's pretty much my guess. All right, we'll put these here. Put these in there. This in here. All right. What else I got? Move this here. We're live, like 3 hours. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, we do. We gutted the entire rack tonight. Think of what we got done tonight. Okay, we gutted our entire rack of all of our cables, Ethernet. Oh, I need to run an Ethernet to here. I still got to do that. But we gutted all of our Ethernet cables from our rack. We gutted all of our power cables from our rack. Our PDUs we took out. We then took out all of our racking. We rebuilt all of our racking. We reran our PDUs. We got stuff set up. I do need to get Ethernet. I do need to get Ethernet done. I think I do Ethernet, like just the uplink. So the uplink, so I have this guy run right there. You see the white cable is actually going to the laptop right now. I have 2 Ethernet cables run into here. The bottom one is not active. It runs into my garage to another switch, which then from my garage, it runs down to my basement. In my garage, you guys will laugh at me. In my garage, I have another meter box with I don't know if you guys have seen it. Got trash here. I have a 30 amp 240 volt, which I might just get rid of. I had that before I had the shed, and I had my X4 1U running because it screams so loud. But I'm going to do the chump change mod. It's now called the chump change mod, where you remove it's a skinny jazz miner, where you remove the fans and you put in the Noctua ones. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut the case and stuff. I'm going to do that, and but I think that was in there. I'm going to do that mod, then I can move that in here. The reason I didn't have that in here is because it was so loud. I didn't want to annoy my neighbors, but I can do that mod. Excuse me, my voice is getting like hoarse from talking so much. So I think I might get rid of that 30 amp 240 volt, but there is a chance my electrician is going to hate me. There is a chance I may have to run more power to my shed. So I might have to substitute that, and I might eventually have to get rid of my power to my mining room, disconnect it at the panel, and rerun it into here. So I may double the power in this shed. We'll see, especially if I put more ASICs in here. We have solar. I'm curious to see your bill next month. Yeah, so I'm going to go over my electric bill, how I figured out to redo things. Because you guys remember, I used to have my shed on, then I powered down my shed a few months ago, and everything's been off. I'm going to be powering it back up in the next week. Almost everything. No 470s, no 570s, no 580s. But on Monday's video, I'm going to record it tomorrow. Monday's video, well, no, I can't record it tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to record a flux node video. I'm setting up a flux node. It's like the fastest flux node to set up. It's like a plug and play flux node. It should be pretty cool. But Monday's video will be explaining my electric and how I figured out that I can go ahead and get everything back up and running. So let's get Ethernet. I need to get my uplink run over to here. I need to take it from here and pipe it over. Well, let me change the camera angle for you guys. This will probably be the last thing I do tonight, and then I gotta go to bed. It's already 12:20. Why you guys got me up so late? All right, so I think we'll do like right here. Yeah. So we need to go from our switch, from port 1 on our switch, over to our uplink port. So we're going to pipe it over and go across, and then go up and go over to there. I don't need as long of a cable. I'd love to use a red cable. because red is like, it kind of, you know, in networking, most people will use red for like your uplinks. But I don't know if I have a red long enough. I think I have like a 20-foot red. Like, that's too long. And that yellow, I don't think I have a short enough. Like, I have some really short, like 3-footers. I don't have like a 5-footer though. Like, I got like guys like this, but that's too short. Dang. Okay, I can't use red. So we could do orange. How long is this cable? I think this cable's too short. Let's look here. The red one might be this length. This one's too short. I don't want anything hanging. What is that, like 5 feet? Maybe? Yeah, this is the same, that's the same length. Dang, dang, dang. I like things the exact, I could run all my own cables. I'd hate to do that, but I could run all my own cables. This purple one I think is going to be too long, so I might have to do a little loop somewhere. I think this one's a lot longer. Yeah, this is a lot longer. This one's much longer. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Some of the, you know what, I have a lot of these shorter cables which will work, but I think I might actually run a few of my own cables. So if I took this, I'm going to plug it into the empty port. You guys had a good idea to run them under. Can I run it under there? No. See, these cross braces are going to add some issues for me. So like I couldn't run it under. Oh, I hate extra cable. God, that's annoying. Let's see, I could probably go this way, come across, go across, go across. I'm like adding additional pathing just to like take up some room. That'll be better. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. I gotta remember to tie up those PDU cables. Still going? Wow, looking good. That PDU shelf is a great idea. Yeah, this worked out well. We went underneath. That was a good idea. See you, Venom. Have a good one. Yeah, Flux Node tomorrow. I'm going to work on that video tomorrow and try to get it out late day if I can. It all comes down to what time permits. Just with this stream tonight, I'd like to get the video dropping tomorrow. That's the, have you guys seen it? It's the Seed Studios. It's the Seed Studios miner. Yeah, you could have it go under the crossbar a little bit. So like, I'm having it gonna go down, I'm gonna pipe it down here. I'm gonna Velcro this up top here. I'll show it to you guys in a second here. I'm gonna change the camera. There we go. So see, it comes from here. I'm gonna have it go over, like I was gonna have it go like this, and then go across this cross beam, and then come down, and then go over. I could just have it come here. I guess I don't need really to have it go up. It gets it out of the way. We'll have it go up. Velcro! Velcro! Sorry, a lot of noise. Yeah, you could, yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, you could go shielded Cat6 cable, but that's complete overkill for mining. Like, mining, your bandwidth is so minimal. Cat6 is completely overkill. Like, you don't need Cat6 cable. Like, you can absolutely do it. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just overkill, you know? Velcro. I Velcro. Oh, there's no easy way to manage Velcro after you've like taken it off of like the original thing. It's just everywhere. It really is. It just ends up being everywhere. It's like, all right, fine. Now the nice thing is what I'll do is I'll have this here, and then I'll be able to unvelcro it and velcro more cables to it. Go down, because they'll be, you know, I end up bundling the cables in here, because all the cables will pipe down through. I don't want it too tight, but I don't want it too loose. There's like barely anything on here right now, so it's actually a lot of Velcro. So you gotta like loop it around and through, which is a pain. Gosh, that's such a pain in the ass. Should have just did a zip tie. It's okay, I'll need it later. I'll need it later. There's just so much. I'll just tuck that in there for now. I'll use it more later. See you, Boomer. Have a good one. Wire loom. Wire loom's not bad, but wire loom's like, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad. It's not, yeah. Wire loom would be good to hide cables and stuff, you know? Like, that's kind of the whole purpose, right? It's also just shielded, I guess, from heat within cars. All right, so I'm going to put another one right here. Because remember, I'm going to pipe a lot more other cables here. So for now, the Velcro is kind of overkill, but it won't be as we start to get units in here. That's a big piece of Velcro. And then we'll do another one right here where it goes down and through. There we go. Then our Ethernet cable is going to come down. I'll do another one in here. And then this channel, I might go under. You guys had a good idea with going under. You just would have to go under the one crossbar. Like if you came down and then went under, I'm going to have to do a little loop somewhere. Port 1, it's got to go into port 1, right? Uplink's got to go port 1. See what chat's saying. Would you please make a video of your flux overclocks to update the previous video you made since you posted that video extra configuration changes? Oh yeah, because all the changes to flux now. I do have that flux overclock sheet, but what you're saying is like, because it's outdated, because now all the new minor changes. I think that's what you mean, because there's like all these changes now to the minors. Did that whole video with all those hundreds of overclock settings, and then the miners all got like super efficient and changed things up. Damn them. All right. So let's get this in here. I'm just going to tuck that in for now. I don't need to be anything crazy. Let's get another Velcro piece in here. Coming down to about here. There we go. See, Velcro works in here. But I think once I have everything in place, I might even consider, I don't know, maybe we'll move to a zip tie once we have everything done. I just would rather cut a zip tie and then just put a new zip tie in, then mess with like looping the Velcro, you know? When your Velcro is like too big, it would be so much nicer. Like, it's just like, I'll just cut the zip tie. All right, so now under here, I'm gonna have to come under. Is there space in there? There's a, oh my gosh, there is a little gap. I might be able to go through the crossbar. I think there's a little gap here. Can I thread that without like messing? Oh, I can. Oh my gosh. We did it, chat. We did it. We did it. We did it. All right, let me lower this down now that we're done working up there. Can't believe that. There's a little like slot in the crossbar. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to have to put a loop in here somewhere because my cable's too long. Freaking crap. But the nice thing is that uplink cable, come on over. Man, I guess I could do a loop underneath here like we did on the other side, is what I'm thinking. I'll Velcro it for now, just in case I have more cables. Dang Velcro. Don't want to waste my zip ties. But yeah, so we'll bring it over, and then our loop's going to be like right here, which is fine, I guess. Just got to make it work for me. Let's see. So the only downside about like doing the racking and stuff is like you can get pretty anal with cabling and like getting cables that are literally to the exact length you need. Oh, such a home run. Such a home run. I hate extra cable. I hate it. I mean, you're driving me nuts right now. Like I don't know what to do with it. It's like, God. That C13, C14 cable definitely loops a lot better than this Ethernet. This Ethernet's being a butthead. Because it's just the way where the angle. It's also hard, like trying to do it through this grate. Trying to get it right in here. What a pain. Let's see if we can do it here. Dang it, it's moving the switch on me. Okay, let's unhook it. See, it might be easier to unhook it. I might just zip tie it for right now. All that, and I might just zip tie it. Just to shut this thing up. Stop bothering me. I will Velcro it. I'm just going to Velcro it for today. It's not going to be the best, but it'll work. I'll clean it up tomorrow. Because I'm going to have so many more cables to run. I'm going to have to like channel them through. That works for now. That works. It's not perfect, but that works for now, I think. Actually, isn't half decent. I just don't want the cable to sag, which it looks good there. So much work, right? Time to, man, it's after 5:30. You guys are nuts. That's right. Blue's Clues? Oh, man. Crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, guys, I think we're done. It's getting late here. It's already 12:30. You guys got me up still. What the hell's wrong with you? So, game plan. I got a Flux node video I got to record tomorrow, and I'm hoping I can get that up. If not, I'm going to bump it to Saturday. And then after that, between tomorrow and Saturday, I'm going to start packing rigs in here and getting them powered up, which will be awesome. Looking forward to it. Should be a good time. And then Monday's video will be on my electric and how I figured things out. I got some spreadsheets to show you guys. I did some math, really crunched the numbers, talk about how I'm going to be powering up my farm, how I'm going to make that work. It's going to be a lot, but we'll make it work. And then, yeah, I guess we'll figure out a video next week sometime to give you guys a tour of the shed up and running, which I think will be awesome, of everything up and running and all of our rigs in here. I'm excited. I'm excited. But yeah, I think we're done. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I've never done a live stream from the shed, but if this is something you guys want to do more of, let me know. And I'll definitely do more videos from the shed, like live stream videos from the shed. Live stream the rig installation. We'll see. That might be through the day, like as time permits. I'm not sure. But that would be cool. That would be cool. Live stream and just bringing gear in, setting it up, getting it plugged in. That would be fun. That would be fun. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I could get all the rigs installed and everything at night, which will be fine. So maybe we'll do that. Just a lot of work ahead of us, you know. But yeah, guys, we're done. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. If you guys are in Discord, hit me up in Discord. The Discord is down below, link down below. Go check it out. But thanks, guys, for coming to hang out. Do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Love the shed videos. Awesome. We'll keep doing it. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye-bye. We out of here.